Hey, everybody, I'm Mike.
I'm Tim.
And I'm Bob.
And we are live from two of our basements. I got to figure out a new intro because Bob isn't in his basement.
Well, you don't want me in my basement.
It is. Don't. I've never seen your basement, so he's probably right. I'm going to take his word on that. Welcome, everybody. It's Whiskey Wednesday, July 17th. We got a couple more weeks before Gen Con, but we're going to get into some fun topics. We got some awesome news to cover. And I got some whiskey tonight, actually.
Same.
Who else is drinking whiskey? Ooh, Bob's drinking whiskey. You got Makers, or are you on?
Oh, yeah. It's like a 20-year-old Maker's Mark.
It still tastes fine to me.
Oh, yeah. It's nice and
smooth. I can attest to that. And Tim is still drinking Buffalo Trace.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Okay.
You're at the bottom of that bottle. It's a respectable bottle, sir. I'm just saying. It's one thing, to be.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It's one thing to be sipping on a bottle of Old Crow for like 2 months. It's another to sip on Makers for 2 months. There you go. Eric respects it. Michiganders got your back.
I see that. I see that, Eric, and I respect that.
That's right.
I don't know.
So yeah, we got a little bit of I guess I'm calling it a hipster list tonight because games that need reprinted typically are older, unless something crazy happens and games go through like a print run in less than a year. I have some of those as honorable mentions. But like all of those have actually already been reprinted. They're just waiting to get to the backers that help them get reprinted. But otherwise, yeah, most of mine are older games. I'm assuming that's where you guys fell to.
Where did I put my list? Yeah.
Yep.
Go for it, Bob.
Well, I was just going to say, I just noticed the little background that Mike's got going on there. I do appreciate that action.
Yes, sir. That's on that very table behind you as well, is where that picture was.
It is.
Taken.
I noticed. I can recognize the play mat, we'll say.
Yeah, we try to mix it up.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Eric, that's a big one that was actually discussed in our Discord. I played that once a long time ago and probably incorrectly. It is a great pick, though. I don't know if these other guys had it on their list. I did not.
It was on my short list, but I didn't put it on my 5 because it is one that's like talked about a lot. So I left it off, in lieu of some ones that don't get mentioned as much.
Yeah, kind of with you there.
Yeah. It's basically as an alternate for me in case one of my other ones gets taken. So
I do not think I will have. There's a chance I'll have a crossover on one of these, but I am extremely confident of no crossover on 4 of them, and maybe on 1, but I doubt it because both of you have this game, and so I don't think you would have thought, oh, I'll look to see if this one's out of print, because when you own a game, you often don't keep track of like the cycles of whether it's in print or not. Sure. I think I may skate by with that one because of that.
I own almost all of mine.
Yeah, I own 3 of 5 of mine. So
so Cthulhu Wars is on Tim's list. Woo!
Not out of print.
Yeah, you can still buy it.
It's still in circulation.
It just got picked up, dude.
Yep. Yeah, pay attention, Mike.
Yeah.
Don't you aren't you on a YouTube show?
I'm supposed to know stuff.
Yeah.
That's okay. There's only like 5 people watching that realize I didn't know that. So,
except for all the replay people that are just now joining. Thanks for joining us in the replay.
What up? You should have just in time to see Mike
people. That's okay. Our live viewership will definitely grow as the show goes on. No worries. We picked a hipster list like this close to Gen Con, so it is what it is.
Yeah,
that's all right.
You can't cover Cult of the New all the time. You got to mix it up sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what we do next week with our amazing guest, which I'll let Micah mention in a minute.
Ooh.
But like after that, there will be a lot of probably us talking about all the new stuff and things we're
Ooh.
excited about at Gen Con, blah 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 blah. Right. So let's
Mhm.
throw some love at the oldies, or the
Yeah.
hard to find.
Right before we get to the cult of the new, let's see
Yeah.
what should be new again.
It's
Right?
definitely going to be all cult to the new for the next couple weeks, probably the next
Mhm.
month or so, especially right around Gen Con. Yeah, that's
I
actually a
agree.
great point, Michael. Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you in our chat before. But that is absolutely correct. Old games we want reprinted are because they're good games. And you don't always know if brand new games are good. There's 3,000 games that come out every year. Not all of them are good. So that is a great point about reprinted games.
Was that 3,000 a scientific number, or was that just something you pulled out of your butt?
No, it's typically the numbers I've heard are between like 3 to 4,000 games have come out last couple of years. I've seen like 3,300, I think
It
is
seems
the
high.
number I saw.
I mean,
mine's
the
been
amount of games that come out, the new games that come out at Essen every year would shock you. They really would.
Oh, that's fair.
And you have to. I mean, you don't have to, but you should take that into consideration, right?
Sure.
4,000 plus. So
Wow.
I've heard like between 4,000 and 5,000 if you include expansions. So hey, I've heard a few. So
See you, Nix. Thanks for stopping by
but
for a second.
No, he's off
Thanks a
work.
lot.
He's here now.
Oh, he's off work. I listened off to work.
There you
Yay.
Bob reads those messages like I read rule books, like halfway.
That's right.
Like I think
We
I
got
know what this. I think I know what he's saying. I'll just
We got
go ahead and take your
OGs
turn.
in the chat.
Yeah.
Andrew throwing out Queen games. I do have a Feld on my list. Spoiler. I had to.
Of course,
I
you
mean,
do.
there's several that are out of print, so I mean, I got a few to choose from. But you're right. The ones that I can't include, Queen picked up. So good catch, Andrew.
And
They've
I
already been
really,
reprinted.
I thought about being a turd and doing like by out of print. They haven't been printed yet, but that would be defeat the list.
That was what I was saying. I left those for like honorable mentions, so like I'll talk about them later, but I wasn't going to put them on the list. These have already been reprinted. We're just waiting on them. Yeah. So we do have some news before we get into our favorite games that need a reprint. I guess let's just start with the big one for the channel. We're now over 6,000 subscribers. Woo!
We're almost 61, almost 6,100.
Yeah, technically announcing it last week would have been our first show after, hitting 6K, but that's fine. We're a little late.
We had a battle royale to get to.
We did. We had a fight.
We got sidetracked by a Seppi episode. That is certainly true, which is always a blast.
That does happen.
We have a pretty awesome guest for next week as well. So if you are paying attention to the games that are coming out at Gen Con, there's definitely a bit of hype around the Ops new release, Gnome Hollow. It was actually Matthew Ryan who told us about that game for the first time. I want to say over a year ago when he jumped on the live stream for the first time. He was hyping that game way before I heard anybody else do it. And the designer, Ammon Anderson, will be on Whiskey Wednesday next week. So definitely come here for that one in 7 days. That should be an awesome episode. That guy is insanely talented. He's designed multiple games. He does his own art. He's hilarious. It should be a really good episode.
Yeah, we love our game designers here. We love, so yeah, you're right. I'm very excited. I can't wait to. I've said hi to him, but he was like being swarmed by people at Gen Con when I kind of had the opportunity to say hi, and I was not gonna push it. So yeah.
Yeah, I actually finally it was
at Matt Ryan's.
First thing Thursday morning before anything opened, the Envy Board Games booth was like one of the first 3 or 4 we went to. And I'm like, dude, I need to finally like shake your hand and be like, "Hi, I'm Mike," because I know
we had to
who
grab
you
our fanny
are.
packs before they sold out, so we stopped by there early.
Yes, we had to get one of those. That was the
I'm
first
wearing
thing
it.
we did before
I'm
the
wearing it
mall
right,
even
right?
opened. We bought 3 of those fanny packs. First purchase we made. Hey,
I'm
Wayne.
still waiting on Mike's TikTok that he promised us.
Yeah. Mike owes us a TikTok.
I know what he's gonna do with it, and it's hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm still just
it
waiting
is
for
a
it.
pretty good idea. So, maybe I actually like put it out right after Gen Con instead, because like I get it. I don't know. We'll see. I need to
The
just
tease.
make it and
You
then
should do
figure
it
out
just
the timing.
before Gen Con,
Yeah.
so that people can
Hype
get on
up
that
his
hype.
fanny pack.
Yeah. We got to hype them up. I will
Right.
be wearing this
Hype up the
fanny
hype
pack.
man.
I will be wearing this fanny pack all Gen Con. I'm committed to it. It's happening.
Yep. My water bottle bag wears mine, and I got all my pins on it, so I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to add pins.
Hold on. Sorry.
I've got to add pins to the fanny pack to really zhuzh it up. I got a cool Rahode pin. I know we talked about that last week, but there we
It's
go.
thick.
Yeah, man, there's a high quality there. While Mike is going and doing all of that, we're going to talk about it even more next week, but I really am getting like amped up for Gen Con, like scheduling a few meetings here and there, but we're going to have pins for sale at the booth, Game Talk Network pins.
I'm excited for that.
You can see them in the pin bazaar, and it's a good looking pin.
It is. Who drew that, I wonder?
I don't know. Whoever Mark had do it. We're also going to have t-shirts at the rundown booth.
Confirmed designs.
Huh?
Oh yeah, we confirmed the designs.
We do. Do we want to spoil it, or do we want people to show up and you got to show up and see?
Yeah, show up and see.
Don't
sleep on it. It's awesome. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be awesome.
And if I see you wearing either a Game Talk Network pin or a Rundown shirt, I will give you a game while supplies last.
Wow.
There you go. Wow. There you go. He's like, I brought 2.
Please, this many shirts.
He's going to run out and just be giving out individual cards from certain games. Oh, here's the yellow 9 from like Kabanga.
Look, I'm not breaking that one up. Here, I got Bob's copy of Catan. Here's a wheat card for you.
That's fine.
Yeah, see, I knew you wouldn't care.
The answer to that is no. However, if you remove the mic, Fried Rice, that's my work name. I'm literally Fried Rice at work.
So. That's all he eats at work for lunch.
Oh, actually, when I first started, we kept getting Chinese food, and that's actually partly why I got the name.
Michael, I hope you maybe you can get back there sometime, man. It's it's going to be huge this year. Did you see they're almost sold out of badges?
Oh, I thought they already did.
Then maybe they have. They might still have like some Sunday badges or something for sale, but.
And I know
that geek way for me. I'm like, we went like 8 years before, like in a row, and then COVID hit. We haven't been back since. That's sad, Panda.
I want to try and plan for that next year. But yeah, we're semi-local to that, Michael. We're actually in South Bend, Indiana. It's about 2 hours north, so it is something that we kind of have to go to.
Oh my gosh!
Plus the store owner that hosts our show. Also, oh my gosh, Eric's first Gen Con.
Nice.
I will also be making an appearance at my first Grand Con this year, so I will be going up north for one. Nice. Looking forward to that.
Oh, he's close too.
Am I close as well? Nice.
Yeah, get out there, man. Meet up with us. Like, let's play a game.
Right. We have a booth, and Mike knows the booth number as soon as he's done talking.
I know the booth number.
Go ahead, Tim.
Oh, sorry. I thought Mike was going to still be doing whatever he was doing, so I was like, I know, Mike. Don't rush. No, Mike, please.
1931.
It was a good year. It wasn't.
It depends on what country you were in.
Yeah. You could say that for any year.
Sure.
That's what country.
It's all a matter of perspective.
That was a deep joke there, Bob.
Andrew, I've heard some interesting stuff about ARCs. I'm looking forward to seeing if it lives up to the hype. But yeah,
we've heard some naysayers. That is for sure.
Andrew, just go to Gen Con and hang out with us and then get your own dang copy of ARCs.
Yeah, buy a button and then Tim will gift you ARCs.
Yeah, after Mike buys it, I'll steal it out of his bag and hand it to you.
We'll bring you Mike's Dwellings of Everdale that you see right there.
I've got to trade that. No, sorry, I've traded that to somebody else already.
Me?
Oh, yeah, it's a Bob. Oh, Michael is on it. He's played ARCs twice. I guess, and I'm interested in hearing your opinion. I've heard it can run a little long, and if you are behind early, you're out. That's what I've heard. I won't say
like kind of catch up mechanic at all.
That's what I've heard. And it wasn't me that did that just by playing badly and ruined their own experience. That was not me that did that. So full disclosure.
Dang
Darwin's
it, Andrew.
Journey.
You're stealing my I can't film on Sunday excuse. Jeez.
Right?
Yeah. You need to do your camping trips like in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually not very good camping places.
There's all that great natural terrain in downtown Indianapolis that you could go visit.
Nice. Loving the play on words here. Oops,
yeah. My bad. My bad. I was with you, Mike. I was with you.
Loving the play on words.
A little long. Fair.
All right. So we do have plenty of time that we can talk about some more Gen Con stuff. We have more content for that coming for sure. But we do have a list to get into.
We do. I'm going to go grab Winston real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. His games were a bit slow because they were learning. He didn't have players get buried. Okay. Well, that's good. That's a really good. I'm really glad. I think as long as everybody feels like they're in it, that's a good experience. And yeah, Eric's calling you out.
Well, he is, because I asked him about QBCon, and
and you're going camping.
I'm going camping that weekend on my dad's birthday weekend. Literally, yeah, then. So, and I've had it planned since like March. So.
Yeah, well, QBCon's been happening since way before March, like probably before your dad was born. So it takes precedence.
Nice. It's still wild that it's trick taking and has all that going on. I want to see it. There's plenty of time for that.
Yeah, there is. We pick on each other all day, whether it's in private chat, on the phone, in person.
Accurate.
Oh, Justin, one of the big time designers on Claw. I am sorry that Tabletop Simulator is not working, but I'm really glad you're here, dude. We're talking about games that need a reprint. Oh, Donnie beat me to it.
He caught it. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I
noticed the shaved side there. Yeah.
I was way overdue.
Did you notice my shaved side?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like the whole side.
No, Mike, yours is looking sharp, dude. I love it.
That's just how shaggy I was.
You were.
And hey, Justin, since your co-designer is not doing anything, why don't you get him to watch the show?
Oh, dang. Remember that game Claw that was coming out that was being like co-designed and then the team broke up?
Remember that time we were supposed to cover that game and then they were like, "No, we changed our mind."
It wasn't Claw.
Not us, them. It wasn't us, it was them. Oh yeah, and it wasn't Claw.
It wasn't Claw.
I knew that was gonna come out. We're gonna leave it at that. Inside jokes galore. All right. We do have a
spoiler alert. We got I won't name names or details, but there was a game. There was a huge game that we maybe felt like we should have been in on some of the media blitz, and we're not
because we were the first people that did content for it. But
we ain't bitter.
No. But we got some games that need reprinted. We're gonna give some old games love because they need it too. And then we can talk more fun stuff after the top 5. You know how it goes.
Hold on. I just want to say really quick. I really, really, really hope that Justin, as a joke, snubs us when Claw comes out. Just as a joke. Like, sends out all the review copies, and then when we reach out, and then he's like, "Oh, we had you on the list, but we gave it to all these other channels instead, and they didn't really give it, to any And then a year later, he's just like, I was just messing with you guys. We did it on purpose. I just want that deep level."
So I am actually loving this description. Arcs is like Midwest Grandma Space Game. This sounds like a guy that has spent some time in the Midwest playing euchre with his grandma, his aunts, because I certainly have. So I love that reference.
And he's just pretending like it's spaceships instead. Yeah. Uh-oh. That sounds like a threat.
That is definitely a threat.
But I'm okay with that.
We will release the footage.
Listen, I could play a board game on Fifth Avenue and nobody'd bat an eye. It'd be just fine.
Well, everybody else would be on 6th Avenue.
This is a solo game. Not by choice.
Midwest Grandma Space Game is the alternate title to Relative Space.
Dude. And Justin, please, guys, acknowledge that Camp Grizzly needs a reprint. So Justin could, you know what? Actually, let's not acknowledge it. So he'll have to stay and keep watching the show.
That's right.
Didn't Camp Grizzly become Final Girl? Isn't that, or is that a retheme reprint? Was it one of those? I don't know. I didn't really look into either game.
Same.
I'm not a solo player. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now nobody talk about it anymore until the end of the show. So that way Justin has to stay all the way through to see if we talk about it.
Talk about what?
Exactly. Exactly. He does say that Final Girl is only solo. I knew that. I just wasn't sure about Camp Grizzly. Never looked. I haven't looked into it. And now Brandon's just rubbing it in. Oh, I've got it. He's probably like, I don't even play it, but I'm not getting rid of it because it's out of
still in shrink.
It's on my shelf of shame right there.
I use it to catch water that leaks. Just that would be devastating.
Where your cat prefers to nap.
Right.
He just keep it upside down in the basement.
He doesn't like Isle of Cats, so he sleeps in the Camp Grizzly box. Yeah, there you go.
The chat's killing me tonight.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, guys. So do you guys have like criteria for your list? I mean, it could be very straightforward with this.
Out of print.
Right? There's not a ton of nuance, potentially. Right. I guess there could be if you wanted it to be, but
correct.
No.
You cannot buy it new.
Correct.
I did because Steph in our Discord, which is very active. If you're not in there, we'll send you the link. Steph brought up several interesting questions about like our criteria on these. And so I started analyzing them based on the things she asked, like, do they need improvements? Do they need better art? Do they need deluxeified? And so I did kind of add some caveats to some of these where that may help the reprints.
It's funny because
when you guys go through these,
it's funny because one of my reprints will directly reference that by coincidence.
Nice.
Because work has been going so crazy, I didn't even have time to get into the Discord, but I saw that it was bumping and I'm like, no. And anyways, I'm excited now. I'm really excited.
Yeah. I pretty much like went to Amazon. I typed in the name, and if I was unavailable, then I was like, okay, it should be out of print. That's pretty much my criteria. One of them does need a rules overhaul, but
that's boots on the ground research there, Bob. Good for you,
that's right.
Man.
Nicely done. Yeah, you got to go to the BGG page. You got to see if there's any sellers, and Yeah, you're right. Typically, if Amazon has it and it's not a ridiculous price, it's probably still in print. The other thing you can look at is, are the only sellers in the BGG market or on eBay and it's double the price? Probably out of print. So,
Ooh, Alicia says her number
Oh.
one should be. I haven't played Spirits of the Wild, but
I have not either.
I'm aware of it.
Nice. Deep cut.
It sounds like a Zelda game.
Stumped us. Yeah. Definitely with wolves in it, though. All right. Ooh, Andrew.
Oh,
It is not, because Imperial 2030 is still in print, and that is almost a direct remake of Imperial. But that's a good catch. Yeah, it is not, though, because of Imperial 2030. You can still get that one new.
oh, are you digging on Spirits of the Wild, Eric? Are you gatekeeping your own spouse? Alicia, blink twice if you need help. We'll send somebody to Michigan to get you. Oh no, it was StarCraft was re-implemented as Forbidden Stars.
Forbidden Stars. Yeah.
Also out of print.
Forbidden Stars is out of print. It's an honorable mention.
Now you're double out of print. Dave.
I haven't played it, so
I love it though.
Yeah, we need that extra view count, guys.
Come on, get on your own phone.
Hey, you know what though? Actually, that just reminded me really quickly is we need to talk to the Rossies, and we've got them here now in the chat about. Do you remember, Mike, at Friendsgiving? When we had them on, they had a game like that we played with them. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah. They were showing components, and we had to guess the game.
Correct.
We need to just have them on to do that again, just for that, and not have it like in the whole Friendsgiving thing. But even if they just came on for like a half hour, 45 minutes, hung out with us, as long as they wanted to, they'd just be great guests. Honestly,
Yeah.
Bob was actually you're right, because they've probably play tested more games than we've sniffed. Bob trying to do his own version of that game by pulling out an infinity bottle unlabeled. We gotta guess what's inside. Great time.
Butterscotch. So Michael, you're saying that you like StarCraft way better than Forbidden Stars. I haven't played StarCraft. I own Forbidden Stars and I enjoy it, but it is a heavy one. Yes, Dave. Yes, we will be in touch, dude. We will be in touch.
Yes. Andrew is 0 for 2. Oh, nice. Andrew is 0 for 2. This one got rethemed and reprinted as Waterfall Park. Same designer, same game. They updated some rules. They went with hexes instead of squares. So more tiles can be adjacent to yours.
Have you played Waterfall Park? I just wonder.
No, I really want to.
Okay, because I really enjoyed Chinatown quite a bit. Would love to own a version of that game. If it needs to be Waterfall Park, it can be that, as long as it's still pretty good. I know that, and Michael clearly agrees with me sometimes, is that not all reprints are created equal, right? Some of them, rethemes, reprints.
Andrew, we kind of got into a discussion about how Unfathomable is technically a Battlestar Galactica reprint because it's the same designer, and the mechanics are virtually the same.
They are.
So since you guys said that didn't count, I did not include anything that's a retheme reprint, which is really what Waterfall Park would be. So I guess
in my defense, I do have a little bit of that, but not really.
That's the thing, though, right? There's all these lists are all subjective, and if that
arbitrary,
they're arbitrary,
and purely for entertainment and not to have a concrete list.
See, I would say Dark Moon is different enough from Battlestar that I would not call it a retheme. I think calling it Battlestar Light is the correct way to identify that game, and it's like if you like Twilight Imperium and Twilight Inscription. They live in the same universe. You've got a lot of the same flavoring. Dark Moon's closer to Battlestar, but still like a much lighter version. And
also, I am dying to play Dark Moon again. Eric, if you want to make that happen at Grand Con, I'm your boy.
we could play it at Gen Con. Eric will be there.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Getting to the library of games a little bit more of a hassle. I'd have to bring it, but yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to play some social deduction for a while. It's been a while.
Oh yeah, let's.
You should.
We didn't do all of this in our news when we could have, but yeah, just a shout out to BA Games for Forges of Ravenshire. You will see that right up there over my shoulder. I am proud to say that I have the only copy that was addressed to the rub down. That's what my shipping label said.
Nice.
I was so excited.
Amazing.
My wife took a picture and she's like, "What is this?"
That's hilarious.
And then, yeah, we are definitely looking forward to Gnome Hollow, which is coming out at Gen Con. It will be at the Ops booth. And then, yeah, Seppi, end of the line.
Also, because I'm assuming he's saying it because he missed it. Justin, we're going to have Eamon Anderson on the show next week. So,
yeah, boy.
Yeah, if you want to talk to the Gnome Hollow designer, he is hilarious and extremely talented. Please join us.
Oh, here's Eric big time in this. He's like, I got so many games designed. I gotta pitch all these games.
So busy.
Yeah, like, you know, I gotta outdo Martin Wallace. So, no. Okay, yeah.
Don't know, but I am blissfully ignorant on most GMT games, admittedly.
Man, yeah, same.
For the record, I'm going to try to make it to Grand Con, but it's really going to come down to this other obligation that we might end up having on that weekend. So we'll see.
Audible sigh.
Yeah.
I can't wait to actually get to meet him and talk to him a lot. Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is we are starting to, as a channel, as comes with growth, right? We're starting to get some obligations, which are exciting and really fun, with lots of potential. Sure. And they're only just beginning, which is what is the incredible thing about it.
Yeah, exactly, Eric.
And Nix, if you don't know the story, in case you don't know, when we became friends with the Sam and Ed Stockton from BA Games, the brothers, awesome. They got my phone number so that we could meet up with them later, and he put it in his phone instead of Rundown as the board game Rub Down. And so then we were like barely friends, and Sam's like, I don't know if I should tell you this, but my brother put you in the phone as this, and we all just started laughing. And actually, we made a funny little joke thing to send that to them.
Video for them. Yeah.
And we were like, this will either cement our friendship for forever, or they will never talk to us again.
Right. Thankfully, it was the first one.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Oh wow, Eric just played the Uno reverse card.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It doesn't work that way, mister. I got a pitch. I've got so many pictures. Pitches to do. I saw that in some pictures.
I want to point out we don't have a guest. It's just the three of us. We're 34 minutes in without touching the topic, which reminds me I want to ask a question. I feel so there are some times where we can't meet up on Fridays, and I'm usually just sitting around playing video games. I've thought about literally just heading over here and hitting the live stream button and just talking about whatever, just like we're doing now. If you think that's a good idea, give me a thumbs up or something. But
I got to ask you, Mike, is that something you would rather just do by yourself, or you occasionally cool if people want to pop in? Because sometimes I'm bored playing video games on a Friday, not going to lie. I get them babies to bed and I'm like, let's do something.
Why not? Right? Why not?
Get the babies to bed.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, we can get into this list.
I guess 40 minutes in, we can start our list.
I guess we'll start with Bob and I will end it. because we're going to make it official. We're starting with Bob's number 5.
Like you hit the number 4 bumper.
No,
I'm just joking.
way.
I'm just messing with
What?
you.
It says 5 across the bottom.
I'm just messing with them.
You had me because I was searching for the banner while it was playing. I wasn't even looking at what was playing.
That's funny.
I'm a bad friend. Sorry, Mike.
You're also a terrible person. Go
Thank
on,
you.
Bob.
Thank you.
All right. So my number 5, technically I've never played, but it's a shout out to Dan because Dan is constantly talking about this. Chopper Strike from 1976. Milton Bradley looks very cool. I think Restoration Games needs to pick it up, do something with it, and I would love to see what Dan keeps hyping it on about. Like, I think it looks super cool. Have either of you guys played Chopper Strike?
No, but I also have only heard Dan talk about this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell it is very 1976 on that box right there. Milton
Bob
Bradley.
just hitting the hipster lob right over the fence.
So now, Mike, you and I both also have to have games from the year we were born. So
hey, I was not born in 76. I'm not that old. It was 77.
Oh, you were 77? Okay.
Wow.
I couldn't remember if you were 1 or 2
the
years
game's
old.
older than I am.
Oh my God. Hold on.
But I mean, like, if you look at that, what they did in the 70s, imagine what they could do with the components today.
Yeah, dude.
You know, like that could be so cool. Like just that whole, 3D like fighting going on. Like, I just think that would be badass.
Hey, we got Jeff. What's up, man?
Hey,
where'd my pin go? There it is.
Oh yeah. Road.
He's another guy that would probably appreciate the Midwestern grandma euchre game.
He would. He would. Oh man, that's a game I'd love to get my hands on, Eric.
See, look how cool that is. Helicopters are flying all over, and you got your tanks underneath. Like, I'm sure they would do some like more updates to the map and things like that. But yeah, I just think that could be a lot of fun.
I wonder if this is re-implemented by Spinderella. It's a game I've got it's a kid's game, and there's like a spider. There's like a spider that like drops down, and it's like magnetic pieces, so he can like scoop up your pieces.
Nice.
There's so much potential with today's components. You're right. It would be pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, you could do magnets. You could do, all kinds of cool stuff, and you could theme it anything you wanted, man. You could do it you could do a fantasy theme where it's like dragons and knights.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wizards and stuff. Yeah.
Or like the ocean and you're trying to get a close look at the Titanic.
Yeah, I heard if you just get in like a little bathtub and like weld it shut, and take an Xbox controller, you can go right down. Pretty much no problem.
Well, you can make it down there.
Once you get there, the communication gets a little sketchy. And your lifeline is that old Logitech controller that was probably made shortly after this was printed.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh, no. Oh, finally someone with as dark a sense of humor as me. Oh. I thought Mike was dark.
I'll get us canceled.
Yeah.
Man,
my gosh.
Blue Pearl here dropping the deep cuts here.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Desert Strike.
All right. Good pick,
I love me some
Bob.
Sega.
Bunch of them.
Right.
All right, Tim. What game from 1976 do you have on your list?
Well, I'm going to stay away from one that I think Bob might have on his list, and I'm gonna go with one that is I legitimately want this to be in print so I can get a copy, and I'm really mad I didn't get one at Gen Con like 2 years ago when I had the opportunity, and that is Asking for Trouble. I think it's out of print. It's harder to get now, right?
I don't think that is correct.
Okay, if it's incorrect, I'll pop something else on there.
the manufacturer's like website, like on the publishers? Sometimes you just go. Sometimes like you can't find it on a like Min Market or something like that. But if you go to their website, like War Room, right? Like technically War Room, you can't really get it on like.
Oh, it's on Mini Market. Okay, we're gonna count that as in print. So.
And Amazon looking like same price. And
see, Tim, you didn't do my due diligence to get on Amazon.
Wow, they even have more in stock than Miniature Market.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with my one that needs
Corey.
I'm going to need mine that has needs a good reprint. What up, Corey? Corey, you going to be at Gen Con? Like, let's hang out at Gen Con, man. But yeah, I need a good reprint for this game. This is a game that I could wear out. And when I do, I can't get the second edition because it's terrible. And I hope they haven't reprinted the second edition, but you need to buy the first edition of Sheriff of Nottingham. This is a game that they absolutely ruined all of that beautiful artwork with their second edition.
Sure.
And they need to do better, man. They need to do better.
I don't know if you saw, Tim. I haven't actually cracked my shrink to look at the art, but they made a Disney's Robin Hood version.
Dude, I need that so bad.
Yeah, I've got that upstairs on my shelf of shame. Like I saw it and I was like, oh, this is like should be good. Like I love that, cartoon or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not the normal second edition art. And so yeah, I picked it up because it was super on sale. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's definitely better than second edition art. Way better.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
honestly,
go on, Mike. Go on.
No, this is like the Robin Hood version that I know. This was one of those movies I watched a ton when I was a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite Disney movies for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And they fixed the bag with snaps and just made them pouches, right?
Oh, nice.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, right there. Mm-hmm. I think that's literally what comes with the game, which makes sense because those snaps broke and
Andrew, listen, you're easily breakable, in my opinion. I mean, I haven't found that to be the case. I enjoy the bluffing and the banter and the BSing that goes along with this game. For me, it is the experience of playing the game. And if people are trying to meta it that hard, you're playing it wrong. Like, this is I don't know. It's not that kind of game for me, but I understand what you're saying.
Not that kind of game.
And I'm sorry I said you were easily breakable. I guess I'm the one that's easily breakable. Wow. I folded like a cheap folding chair right there.
That was a perfect picture to freeze on. We're talking about Sheriff of Nottingham. Let me just leave the bags up for 3 minutes. I'm going to make fun of myself for doing it.
Check out this sack.
And my dog over here who desperately needs attention. I'm sorry for the barking.
I haven't heard it.
Well, maybe this mic is doing its job then. It's only supposed to pick up here, not here or here.
Not so much here or here, but right here.
This area.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, Mike. Well, I know you're getting on dog duty, but it is your turn. Sir.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, if you're going to do a list of games that need reprinted, eventually somebody's going to have to mention a game from Tasty Minstrel, right?
Yes. I love it. I love a spicy chat. I love a spicy chat.
I'm digging it. This chat is super spicy tonight. So yeah, eventually, the now defunct Tasty Minstrel, who made a ton of great games.
They did.
Eventually somebody's going to get to a Tasty Minstrel game. I snuck a Stefan Feld game on my list. It's the only one that is not a point salad. It is the Oracle of Delphi. So, deep cut here. So this one still holding strong at 732, which is pretty amazing for a game, printed in 2016. This is not a point salad game.
And I am the Temu Mr. Clean because I don't even clean. I don't have the earring. It's a mess.
I need to just stop what I'm doing and immediately make a meme of this.
It's a mess.
Oh wow!
Tim is what you get when you order them on Temu, Mr. Clean on Temu.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
God.
so good. It is so good. I love it.
I gotta go grab a magic eraser and scrub the last 30 seconds of this show. Wow, yeah, mic drop. No, just bought this.
As a Tim drop, they hit me to the ground with that.
No kidding. So, yeah, everybody knows Stefan Feld for his point salad games. This is actually a race in Greek mythology because you're actually competing to try and get a certain number of favors for Zeus. And you're going to do that by actually rolling these dice. They have different elements on them. Each die represents a certain action. And I'm sorry, I have a terrible cough the last few days, but I can't get this tickle out of my throat. But what's really great about the action selection is that every time you select an action, you're actually moving these little bits up a track. And once you get to the top of the track, the action that you select gets stronger. So you're building up your actions as you play, but it's also got a lot of pick up and deliver as you're going around the board, picking up resources, dropping them in other places, trying to build shrines in certain places. It's just the most unique Stefan Feld game I've ever played. I really need to play it again. Tasty Minstrel. Minstrel.
Oh, if this was the Patreon channel, I have a way like on topic story I can tell, but I'm not going to go into that here.
I need that magic eraser again.
I thought Eric was the Red Wings fan in here. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God! Wow, we are parting the Red Sea tonight.
We have crossed the Rubicon. That's for sure.
I don't really want to talk about games anymore. Shoot the shit all night. This is great. But no, the Oracle of Delphi is great, and it's like I said, it's the most unique Stefan Feld because it is a race to complete a certain number of objectives. It's very unique. Has a really cool action selection and pick up and deliver mechanics. I need to play it again, and they need to reprint it. Queen has picked up a whole bunch of his games. Maybe this one is next. Except I don't know. There's probably not. They'll have to make up a city for this one. They'll probably have to.
Right. Yeah, they'll make up a city and jack the price up $100. So, yeah,
it'll be like 150 for the deluxe, and it'll be like Acropolis or something.
They'll just call it.
There
Delphi.
you go.
You're welcome. Fixed.
Delphi.
Yeah, fixed. Exactly.
$700. Here's a nice version.
Yeah, there you go. So there's my Queen, soon to be Queen reprint. So there you go. Get your magic erasers. We're erasing our number 5s. Moving on to number 4.
Number 4. So my number 4 was one of the first games that really got me into the hobby, thanks to Tim's sister and brother-in-law. A 2010 game by Eagle Griffin Games, Defenders of the Realm.
Yeah.
They've stopped, they stopped making them. There's like a couple of expansions you can still get on Amazon, but you can't get the base game. They did do, I got an email maybe 2 or 3 years ago from Eagle Griffin Games saying they were doing like a clearance sale and they were getting rid of all the last of their copies. So I'm pretty sure like what's out there now is what's out there.
What is out there? Yeah.
Yeah. I upped it by, 30 years, 40 years. And, but yeah, it's a great game. They did do Defenders of the Last Stand, which is very similar. But I still much prefer the Defenders of the Realm. It's kind of classic to me. I play it with my nieces and family. A lot of my Magic buddies like playing that, together. And then like they can just do like a deluxified copy that has all the expansions included because there's like a stack of characters. You can be wizards, druids, shamans, rogues, like
Eagle Riders.
Yes, there's just so many options of classes that depending on what you want to be, and then just the fact that it's co-op. Yes, Mike.
Ooh, they are reprinting this, Bob.
So I was right.
Defenders of the Realm Legends Edition. It is coming out next year. I don't know if that means
I asked for it and they delivered. I'm glad they're listening.
Next year, But yeah, I heard about this one about a month or two ago. I'm pretty excited for this one.
That's awesome. I mean, now I am going to say that art looks a little subpar to what the OG art looks like. It's more cartoony. But I mean, if they make the game, click on some of those minis for me, Mike. Let me see what you got there.
Oh. Ooh.
Okay. So that looks almost like
I'm
a
listening.
Arcadia Quest. Yeah, it looks like more of an Arcadia Quest style art.
Yeah.
That's fine. I think it'll still be a fun game. I'm not sure if they're going to change the mechanics. I was like, oh, I enjoy that.
We got Super Deluxe to find out.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, added to wish list. Exactly.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, man, it's a ton of fun.
I heard about this one. I was trying to remember what it was called while you were talking. I was looking it up that whole time. I couldn't remember, but it's the same name, just Legends Edition.
Okay. Sweet. I'm gonna have to definitely put that, like, maybe get a copy or two to give as gifts, because I know that a lot of people I've played the game with like it, want it, looked for it, couldn't find it. So when that reprint comes out, I'll definitely look into getting them a copy of it, because that looks, like I said, the art looks a lot more Arcadia Quest style, like what is that, a chibi or something like that type of style. But that's fine. It's not as like realistic as the OG version.
I just kind of like the way that the original felt like I was cracking open Dungeons and Dragons Advanced, book. The art felt a lot more.
I see that.
Me too. And that little city thing's pretty badass, though. I do enjoy a nice 3D print.
Mm-hmm. Man,
that's
Lands
a
of
good
Lore.
Pick.
That's
man. I didn't even think of that one. And Bob finally showed me this game last year. And I really enjoyed it. It's really good.
Return back to sea. I like it.
What was that, the 1900s?
Yeah.
What do you mean you didn't have a cell phone?
All right.
I hate when I have to tell a story, and for it to make sense, I have to say, well, this was before cell phones.
Right. It's funny because I watched Napoleon Dynamite with my daughter over the weekend, and she had never seen it, and I had to explain like how, I mean, I guess like still you could, like, I had to explain what chat rooms were, right? Like, how does Kip have a girlfriend that he's talked to for like a year but has never seen? And I know that technically that can still happen, but it's a lot. Now you get fooled by pictures and things like that. But
and stuff.
Yeah.
Age, sex, location.
Right. But anyways, old. We are old.
Freaking old, man.
Anyways, so my number 4, it's kind of a weird one, but this game, it kept coming up for me because this game is weirdly very expensive on the secondary market. I don't understand it. It's a fun game, but is it worth all of the money for what it is? Las Vegas. Las Vegas. It's just a dice game. It's a fun dice game, but you roll your dice, you assign them to a location because you want to have like area majority, right? So then you can
OG version.
That's the version I have. And then you could have bought like a version that looked like a dice cube or just like a 6-sided die. And it was like a square box. You could get it like Target for a minute. But Mike, go down and look at the geek store, like on how much that's going for. Just like scroll down there for a minute.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Anything more than like $10, you're like, what?
$75 for that game? It's a bunch of D6s.
It literally is. Like,
you can make your own copy like pretty easily.
You can. That's the whole game. And then they made another version in a square box, and they called it I think they just called it the dice game. Las Vegas.
That's the cube, right? That's just a cube. It's just, it looks like a 6-sided die. Yeah.
I have that one. I always struggle to remember what the heck they called it compared to that one.
And that one only sells for $70.
Yeah, that one's way overpriced too. And then they did actually make this Las Vegas Royale where they added a few extra mechanics going on here, and it's a circle. And it's in a regular size box. I think that's in print.
Oh, is it?
But
okay, I'd never heard of that one.
Well, on Amazon it's $95.
That doesn't feel like it's in print to me.
75 like this. So this game has been
95 bucks
three
for
times.
36-sided dice.
Every
Are
version
they
is fine.
magical?
Like, I mean, you can see the number of times I've played it. And I've played it 30 times, I give it a 6.5. Like, it's fine, but like it should not be a $75 game.
Listen, I own it. I've gotten to play it plenty of times. I played it. We played it at the meetup that was in town. Was that last year?
It gets played quite a bit. Other people I've seen, like Chris, he's not here right now, our local curmudgeon. He brings it sometimes because it's even fun for him.
Yeah, and he doesn't like anything.
He don't like anything.
Yeah. Anyways, so Las Vegas, I just was like, it's got to be on my list. It's got to be on my list because it's a decent game, but it's crazy what the secondary market commands for it. Crazy.
Yeah, especially for what's in the box.
Yeah.
And basically all you're doing, you roll a whole bunch of dice, I think 8 in a 6-player game and like 12 in a 2-player game. And then you're going to assign them and you're basically doing like a little mini territory control game. If you have the most dice in a location, you get all the money there. Most money wins. It's like, why is this $75? Like, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't love this game, but it's a good call because it's been reprinted 3 times and each version is out of print. So it's a good call.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, like I said, it's fine. The fact that it's still in my collection at a 6.5, I should probably move it up to a 7 because I still have it and I have not given it away.
Or just sell it to fund your next camping trip.
No kidding.
Yeah, right. Wait, you rated 6.5, Mike?
Yeah,
hey, Mike, I will trade you your copy of Dwellings of Eldervale back to you for it because then I'll sell it.
Yes. You know, I'm going to throw out kind of a personal story. My ex used to love this game, and she has asked me if I'm willing to give this game to her. I don't even like it, and I'm like, hell no.
If it was an X and give, no. Maybe current and give, maybe.
Right. And then even her buddy was like, hey, Mike, we're still looking for that one Vegas dice game. Do you know anybody that has that? I'm like, no, sure don't, even though my copy just sits on the dusty shelf and I'll probably never play it again. You ain't touching it. I don't hold grudges though. Yeah, games with outrageous prices. Every game that's out of print.
I mean, listen, Mike, you could sell it. You could sell it at market value to her.
Yeah, $75. Wait, isn't it just like cards and dice? Yeah, that's the going rate.
But that's what
going rate. Sorry.
Yeah.
It needs a reprint.
She already did that, Justin. That's why I got sushi.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I lost the dog the first time. That didn't let that happen again.
Right?
Yeah. I even named him Obi, but nope, didn't get to keep him.
I lost my cat. The first one.
Yeah.
The other one was a troublemaker too, but this one's younger. Hopefully she grows out of it. Good pick, Tim.
Yo.
Good pick. I actually had that as an honorable mention.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, so my next one is actually
nice.
I know you guys haven't played this one. It was actually the curmudgeon Charlwood that showed me this one at a Meeple event last year. And then I went and got a copy, and it's called Santiago. Santiago is this very clever game where you're basically just deciding on your turn, you're deciding where you're going to put that irrigation not pile, wooden piece there. You're irrigating farmland. So these farmlands that you buy and put on the map, they don't grow anything until they're irrigated. So on your turn, you're going to take bribes on where to put the irrigation tile. You get to control of where it goes, but all the other players can bribe you to put it where they want it to go so that their farmland actually grows stuff. And growing stuff allows you to sell crops and make money, and the most money wins. Whoa, why is my screen buffering there? That's wild. What the
You're
heck?
freezing
And
a little
Tim's
bit.
buffering.
Your audio sounds good, so just keep talking.
All right, weird. I probably should have rebooted my computer before this. Oh well. But yeah, I actually have. There's a version from Amigo. This is the version I have. You can tell how old that is. What the heck? My screen share is buffering again. This is crazy. Now Tim's buffering on my screen.
What?
That's normal for him.
Yeah, I know, right? But then there was even this version. But this has been out of print for a while, and he showed me this game. And I mean, I love auction games. You're auctioning for those farm tiles, and then you're bribing people on where to put the irrigation so your farm tiles grow crops, and most money wins. Those are just all things I love in games. And the rule set is so simple. But I mean, that's it. Very simple components, kind of drab art. If this game got reprinted, I would want an update on the art and components. It could really use it. But this game I just thoroughly enjoyed. It's just player interaction from start to finish, paying people to put those irrigation tiles where they want and outbidding people for the farm tiles. I love stuff like that. So I really enjoyed this one, but it's been out of print for a long time. Amigo had it. Z-Man had it. Well, that would be the other reason it's out of print. So somebody's got to pick this one up. Yeah, somebody's got to pick this one up. This is the version I've got, and it's, we've got that guy and we've got an ass on the other side. So
nice ass.
I know it is. It is. I don't remember where donkeys have anything to do with this game other than they probably help these. They probably help the people in Santiago do their farm work.
They're on farms, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Quick shout out to Amigo. They do Kabanga, which is one of the great new games that we played recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is really good. So there you go. That is another hipster pick from me, a really old Amigo game. But it's fantastic. We got to play it sometime. Tons of player interaction. Plays pretty quick. Only takes about 45 minutes. There you go. I'm going to see what my dog is getting into now while Bob does his number 3.
What did I put down? Oh, yeah.
It's up there, right? Like, I mean, he's just got this look on his face. Like
he's like side-eyeing that donkey. Like, where did you poop? Because I don't want to step in it.
Or he just crop dusted and he's waiting for other people to smell it.
He's like, they're going to walk through that and they're going to blame that donkey. It's going to be amazing.
You're going to blame that donkey. Blame the donkey. Right. So my number 3 is a Fantasy Flight game, and it's one of the, I think, unsung games that Eric Lang did. But XCOM, the board game, is fantastic. It's 4-player, it's cooperative, so another cooperative game on my list, but it's app-driven, and it's got real-time components to it. Everybody's trying to work together and sort of like negotiate for resources. And I really enjoy it, but you got to have 4 people that at least 3 of them that know what's going on. Like there's one, if you have one person that doesn't know what's going on, you can kind of help them. But I have a great time playing this. I keep asking Dan to bring it over to play. I do have my own copy, but he's got Eric Lang's signature on his box cover.
Right.
But yeah, it's a great game. I really think it needs a reprint so that more people can enjoy it, especially now that more people are starting to play app-based games. I think that was one of the like earlier app-based games that there was.
Hey, Alan.
But yeah, it's a good time. So
this was actually another one that I got taught by you last year and thought was really fun.
Yep.
Side note, I hate BGG's search bar. It's very particular. if you have a space or a hyphen, that matters. So I tried
Oh.
X space com, X hyphen com. No, it's
No.
just XCOM. None of
It's
those
just
other ones will
XCOM.
pull
It
it
doesn't
up.
matter where
Yeah.
you go for what game of XCOM. It's always just XCOM. There's no malarkey involved there.
I was late to the party on that one, so I couldn't remember.
Okay.
But good pick. Good pick. We better confirm it's out of print.
It is.
That 139 on Amazon says
Yeah.
it is. I mean,
Says
hey, we
it's out of
caught
print.
50
That
bucks
was
for a
my-
complete version on eBay is not bad, though.
That
That's
is
not
not
bad.
bad. Nope, that's pretty reasonable.
That's
So-
what you got to pay the 13 bucks for shipping. I mean, that's standard UPS, USPS. Not bad.
$46 version.
Yeah, I wonder if he's got free shipping or best offer. Try to lowball him. That's what I always do.
There you go.
Shocker.
Every time I will make an offer first and then I'll pay.
The app driven aspect of the board game, Justin, is
Yes,
anyway.
anyway.
It's going to tell you how to populate the board.
Right.
It's basically going to run like the
Attacking
timers.
here.
Yeah. It's going to run the timers and things like that. And yes, it is a real time game. It is.
Yeah, not the
So
whole
stressful.
game, just
Right.
certain aspects of it. Like it's like you go to certain phases and it's like, are you ready to begin the real time phase? You hit yes. And it says, okay, science person, you get this many points. Okay, start spending it, you start allocating them. Then it's like military person, these aliens are invading, so you have to start assigning people. Then it says the person who's controlling the ships, these are landing in these countries. And then you have to manage the threat level in each country, or like other countries will get mad and pull their funding, so you won't get as much money. And then it starts to spiral from there.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a good time though.
Yeah, it's really good, really difficult, super fun.
Mhm.
And unlike those jerks at Third World Studios, they give you more than 20 minutes to play the game.
That's funny.
Just kidding.
Yeah, that's a
Oh.
good pick.
Yeah, that's a good one, Bob.
I forgot about this one.
That
Thank you.
is a good one. Okay. This one is just one that will not be on anybody's lists. But I want it on my list because I want it. Playtime per session, Justin, is probably an hour and a half to 2 hours if you don't lose early.
XCOM?
Yeah.
Hour and a half?
Yeah, about 90 minutes. 60 to 90, I would say, depending on as long as everybody that's after not including teach.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I feel like every time I played it, we've had a teach.
Right. So it's usually like 2 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
else.
So
To be
that's-
fair, even BGG is saying 60 to 120. So
Okay. Gosh, man, I really don't want to step on any of Bob's potentials. I really don't, because yeah. Anyways, so I'm gonna go with one that is kind of unplayable, and I would love a new version because I love deck building games, and I want a Star Wars the deck building game reprint with rules that you can play. I have a next generation Star Trek the deck building game.
Oh, Star Trek. Sorry, I thought
Star
you said
Wars.
Yeah.
No, no, no,
already.
No.
Yeah.
Trek.
I was like, that seems like it was pretty in print.
No, Trek. And I'm talking specifically about the original series. That is the next generation one. I own the next generation one, and I haven't cracked it open to see maybe if the games are the same, but that has a playable rule book. But
talking this one then.
Yes, sir. That is the
There we
one.
Original series. Okay.
Did I say Star Wars? Oh my God, I said Star Wars.
Yeah, the first time you said Star Wars.
Okay,
yeah.
so I apologize. It is Star Trek.
I was like, dude, that just came out. I was like,
Yeah, well, they need to reprint it, man. I haven't seen it on this shelf for 5 minutes. But no, this Star Wars, I love, or I almost said it again. I love OG Star Trek. But there's Trek. But I really, really want to see this game updated, revised, redone in a way that, because again, as it stands with the current rule book, and I got to get on BGG and try to find, like, if you can print out, like, somebody cracked the game and you can print out like
sure. like a fan-made rule book.
Yeah, but that's a lot
Or
of
at least
work, and I don't have as much time.
It is.
And
Yeah.
so
And
many
there
other
might be
games.
some just like fan-made player aids that just help, like, okay, maybe not a full-blown rule book per se.
Because I mean, Bob, you might have even been there when we tried to play this one time. Because
I recall you trying to play it, but I wasn't involved in it.
I think I've had this game for 12 years, and I think it's probably been 10 years since I've tried to play it. I still have it because I want to. I want to figure it out.
Sure.
The other thing I thought about trying to do, because Googs suggested this with, like, if there's a game you have in your collection you don't like, instead of just like crapping all over it, design a game using all those components.
There you go.
Right.
Hey, you know what? This is what these cards do now. I am the captain now.
Yeah.
Since I missed the last 20 seconds, we're going to test my memory. I'm pretty sure you've mentioned this one before, and you said the rule book was so bad you don't even know if you've played it correctly.
100%.
Well, to be fair, it could be a perfectly good rule book.
Hold up, Poop. Hold up. Let me. I've got a way.
I'm not saying that this is an example of one. I'm just saying that in general,
I've got my workaround for this one though, because you know who I was trying to learn this game with, and he took the rule book from me, and he couldn't figure it out.
Who?
Doobie.
Wow.
And you know, if Doobie
He's
couldn't
always like,
crack,
let me see the book.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Bob, do you remember? Do you remember? Because I remember I had this game around the same time you had this game. It was a space themed deck building game, but it was more of like a generic, or I don't want to say generic because that's not fair to them, but like an independent IP space deck building game that you had. There was like a lineup of ships, and we tried to play it, and it was not good. It's a terrible description, but I just remember I could have swore we played this and that in the same night, and it was just like we are striking out.
Right. These rule books are terrible. Now, I don't remember being involved in this playthrough of the attempted playthrough of Star Trek.
Fair.
So,
but yeah, this is a tough one. I do have the Next Generation. Like I said, I haven't cracked it open. I've heard it's better, but
oh, maybe you can take that game and rule book and then sort of apply some of.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping is maybe you can.
It translates over a little bit.
Yeah. What do they call that when you can do that with a video game system where you can play PS4 games on a PS5? It's
cross-platform.
No, cross-platform is playing like PlayStation and computer. It's backwards compatible. Hopefully, it's backwards compatible.
There you go. Yep.
Which is how Bob likes all of his women. I just looked up at Mike. I didn't even bother looking at Bob. I looked. It dawns on Mike, and then the hand comes down to the face. Or men. I don't. I mean,
good stuff.
We don't judge here.
We don't.
No. This is the no judgment zone.
Unless you make a shitty rule book, and then we will judge the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
And it's
not that the rule book is bad, but I was punching my Forges of Ravenshire last night, and I'm like, this rule book is enormous.
Because the box is like, it barely fits in a shelf, which it still does, which is fantastic. And that rule book fills up every friggin' inch available.
And there's two of them.
And there's two of them.
Every
Thankfully, you don't really need
of...
the rule book.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of like pull it out, stick it in the lid, and you're done with it.
Yeah. That baby fills every square millimeter
Eric,
of that box.
Amen. Like, I have like bins of old cardboard bits from games that I've upgraded bits for. Yep. And I'm just waiting for inspiration to strike to make my own game.
We had a little mini inspiration.
I have some inspirations like jotted down, but I haven't gotten past the jot down the ideas part.
So.
Yeah, we had some, half-fledged ideas coming back from Gen Con last year, or no?
A few times. Yeah, we did have some crazy.
We're talking about trying to put together a 4X bag builder. Like, let's start easy.
This game, right? Yeah, let's cut our teeth on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, since then I've done some. I even like drew out like what I thought a player board would look like for one of them. Like, and of course, obviously, it's gonna be dual layered. I'm not gonna make a game and not have a dual layered player board. My heathen.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You hypocrite. All right. I got another game that needs reprinted, and I think it's going to be the newest game on this list. And I know this is the one where I'm certain you guys both probably didn't even think about it being out of print because you own it. And this is another game that I also learned for the first time last year. It is Mechs vs. Minions.
Oh.
They have, and I even went to their website, which is the only place you were ever able to buy it new. Right before the stream, I double checked. And if you click buy now, it takes you to a link that is no longer in existence. So Mechs vs. Minions is fantastic. Don't change a thing. The components and the insert are some of the best of any game that's ever been around. This is one of the first games that like did this in the insert that I can remember.
The awesome tray, and the smart thing about them is, you get these CMON games where you need a freaking like map to figure out where all the pieces go back in. That, other than those 4, doesn't matter. Any minion fits in any slot. And that's
whether they're holding an axe like this or like this. Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's like 3 different sculpts and they all fit in all the slots. So you just throw them in. It doesn't matter. And yeah, it's fantastic. Actually, it's funny because my friend Chris, one of my Magic friends, comes over, and every time we go to start talking about board games to play, he always brings this game up and wants to play it because he enjoys it so much.
Because it's that damn good.
It is.
Oh, that game is so good.
I'm trying to mute myself for these coughs. I'm so sorry. This
so far so good.
It's been bad.
You're doing good, man.
But yeah, I mean the huge freaking sand timer, the big old bomb that you put on there, and the gameplay. The gameplay's so easy, but it's so clever. Like you're programming your actions, but then sometimes you'll have cards that like make you remove cards, or you have like suboptimal cards that you have to put in your lineup and program those. It's such a clever system. I really just knew it was so popular. It was one of those games where I was like, I'm just going to play somebody else's copy eventually. So I'm not going to buy this. And now I'm just like mad that I never did. But this has to get reprinted. It doesn't really feel like League of Legends at all to me, but I don't care. It's just a phenomenal game. Everything about it. The mechanics are really smooth. It's really easy to teach. You can play in about 60 minutes, maybe an hour and a half for some of the scenarios. I've only played the intro scenarios, but man, I really had a blast with this game. I was late to the party.
And this game gets even better the deeper you get into it. And I've only gotten like halfway through because I keep teaching new people and have to keep going back to the beginning. But I don't care because it's so dang good. I would love to take a day where we just play Mechs vs. Minions. Like, let's just get through Mechs vs. Minions. Let's just beat the whole damn thing.
Seriously,
I think I'm on a scenario 7 or something. I keep making progress because even like as we brought new people it's usually like one new person. So we're like, you know what? Let's just go to the next scenario and give it a shot. And as long as we win, next time we play, even if we're bringing in one new person, we just move on to the next scenario. So
I want to sign up for like the rest of that campaign. Like, seriously, I love this game.
I let Chris know. I'm sure he'd be 100% for it.
Bob, let's do that when Mike's at Grand Con.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's the best weekend to do it.
See these 2 plays here. Yeah, see both at your house with Tim and Chris. So
but not me, other Tim. There. But yeah. Magic Tim.
Moth.
Yeah, call him other Tim. I used to call him, because Tim is, I don't know if you see him IRL, but he's not tall in stature and he's very thin. The other Tim is a bit taller and a bigger build. And I used to call him much. Big Tim. And he's like, anything but Big Tim, please. So he is now other Tim, and he is fine with that. So
was I first or was he first?
Don't worry, Tim. You were my first.
Okay. I was just like, maybe I should be other Tim, but
no, I've known you longer than I've known him.
It's not a competition, other Tim. Just
That's
put it out there.
Other Tim. He told me to call him Moth the first time I met him. I'm like, all right, what's up, Moth?
Yeah, because like Timothy, you drop up the
Right.
T-I and the Y, and it's just Moth.
Oh, I understood it. I understood
Just
it.
making sure.
You don't have to
It was
mansplain
out
it,
of
Bob.
nowhere.
I didn't. So, Bob, thank you for mansplaining it because I
You're
knew
welcome.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm named Timothy. I can't even figure that out.
Oh, this just
Wow.
in. Tim doesn't know how to spell his first name.
Listen,
When was the last time you signed anything Timothy, though? Don't you sign all your documents Tim?
no, I mean they're a scribbled. It's a scribbled Timothy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think. Ooh.
Yeah, what's with work making us sign friggin' everything and date everything?
Oh, dude, every day, so many forms.
So many
day.
times. Yeah, I have that the whole
Freaking
doctor
nasty.
signature working now. So.
Yeah, exactly. You just Bob. What you should do is just buy a stamp with your name.
Yeah.
Clunk, clunk. Change the date. Clunk. Change it. Clunk.
Yeah.
You're good.
Nice.
Yep.
Well done. Efficiency. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
not laziness.
No.
Efficiency.
It's
It's not my fault that
efficiency.
those two things so often, coincide.
Mm-hmm.
True. All right, we got 2 more to go. Let's get to Bob's number 2.
Oh, my number 2 definitely needs a rules tweak before it gets reprinted. And it has kind of been reprinted in different iterations. The OG actual allies because I want my technology back. But
Hold up.
Bob, did your mic cable come loose? Because all of a sudden you're hard to hear.
Oh,
I wanted to make sure that wasn't just me.
There we go. We're way
okay.
better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I'll
we're
talk
good.
like this from now on.
No, don't do
No,
that.
you
That's
don't
too
have
much.
to. It was clearly
Too much,
too much.
loose
Too much,
or
Bob.
something.
It's too
much.
much.
Yeah, you're good.
No,
Sexy,
too much. Too sexy.
Hey.
But no, so the OG Axis and Allies from 1981, like I love the technologies that they had in that.
It's
and
so good,
I
Bob.
want that version back. Yes. Now they need to fix the transport rule because that rule was stupid. But other than that, they need to just reprint that version of the game because they've got all these other versions, which are a ton of fun, but there's no technologies in them. And to me, the technologies were one of the coolest parts of the original version. So I would love to see a reprint of that one. I hear you, Chris. I mean, they got me on here. The show, it's all downhill from here. Yeah.
Chris, you've actually been mentioned a couple times tonight.
That's why he hates it.
Yeah, I know. My number 4 was influenced by you. I tracked down a copy of Santiago, and it was my number 4. It is out of print, sir. As you know. Anyway, go on.
Bob, did you move your mic or is there thunder there?
What's that?
I said, did you just move your mic or is there thunder there?
I did move the mic a little bit
Okay.
closer, so it would help out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I have not played the D-Day version. I've played like 1941, 1942. I've played the Pacific Theater, but I haven't played the D-Day version. I will check that out, Wayne, on your suggestion, especially if you're going to be at Gen Con or anything like that. If you own it, bring it. I would love to play it with you. But yeah, I love like most of the versions of Axis and Allies. I miss my technologies. I want, super subs. I want the long range bombers.
Does D-Day have the techs?
That's a great question.
I'm just
D-Day
asking. Yeah. We'll find out.
The map maybe use a little, colorization of the map, which is funny because if you notice down at the bottom of that table there, you see how there's like that little like battle board or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Larry Harris has been trying to get people to use those battle boards forever, and I've never used one. And then he made War Room, and then I had to use a battle board.
Yeah,
there's
that's
so
what
much
happens.
going on. And I was like, congratulations, Larry Harris. I am now using a battle board.
That's what happens when you don't cooperate. He's like, look,
right.
I'm going to make this game where you're going to have to use them.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, in the second edition, there's like the quick battle rules where you don't really need it so much because you don't have all those options in the combat. But I really like the first edition rules because you can pick, do I want my guys on an offensive stance or a defensive stance? Do I want my tanks doing offensive or defensive? And like getting those options and then changing your die rolls depending on what you get because of what defense, what stance you took in combat. I think that's super smart. And like, it does make the game take a lot longer to play with that rule set. And the second edition quick combat rules does shave like an hour off the playtime of that game. But like I said, in the original, War Room, having those options is super nice. But a reprint with the combat or the technologies of the OG Axis and Allies would be awesome. So
yeah,
I should just back Imperial Borders for Bob.
Yes, do it, dude. It's like 2 days left. I keep looking at it. I'm like, oh, it's so expensive.
I know.
But I want that game so bad. It looks so cool.
It does.
Because it's like War Room, but it's like set back even further, and there's no gold. It's like just using like the old, like, I don't want to say medieval, but like, I mean, kind of, yeah, like, and it's just, man, it looks so pretty. And
it's just
the bits are so cool, and instead of using oil, you're using gold to try to secretly bid to see who goes first. Like, I love that hidden movement type of stuff that he did with that. It's so smart.
I should almost back it since Bob's not. That's almost like motivation.
I keep looking at it, I'm like, I haven't missed it yet, right? I haven't hearted, and I keep waiting for like the 2-day notification, and it popped up today, and I'm like, okay, I can wait 40 more hours before I make my decision.
I've done that.
It really does look good. I need to watch some gameplay though. I haven't done that. I just look through it and I'm like, oh, this is totally War Room.
Because then if I forget to back it by doing that, it's like, well, God didn't want me to have that game. Do you see what God just did to us?
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Timmy, what's your number 2?
My number 2 I own but haven't played. But I want people to have access to it because I think it should be a game, and I want more stuff for it. Before IDW shut down their games division, and they were cranking out some really cool games with really cool IPs, and I'm pretty sure this was IDW. Yeah, it is. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shadows of the Past. This is scenario based, right? You get to play as Ninja Turtles. And you're going through like the different missions. You're working your way through the book. The campaign book or whatever. And I just want more of this. Like, I haven't got to play it yet. Mostly just
Wilson.
Mostly just due to time. But I want Ninja Turtles games that come out and appeal to me, right? And I feel like, the dungeon crawl style of this game is very appealing to me. And I have the big pizza box version, right? Like, I got the full.
I was going to ask if this is the one that came in the pizza box.
Yes,
yeah. Now it's this thick. Like, don't be fooled.
Right, it's deep, like deep dish.
Yeah, it's deep dish.
Well done.
But yeah, it is. I don't know. I'm excited to play it. I'm interested.
Those miniatures are kind of
let me go get mine.
I'm gonna be honest. That where it says Leonardo, I don't like that font. But
no, I don't either.
Hold on.
And this mini is pretty weak. And I'm not a person that's super critical on minis. Tell me this is a prototype mini, Tim. Oh my lord.
All right, Tim's gonna grab it. We'll see what the IRL is here in a second.
Yeah,
it looks like a 3D rendering. It's probably
it does look like a render.
Prototype, not
let's give Tim this.
So hold up. That might be
Giordano's here.
That one might be different because mine is designed by Kevin Wilson. Who'd you say yours was?
Yeah, that's what this one is. This is the Kevin Wilson version.
Okay, let me see.
It's the minis. So
let me see.
Keep this picture up until you find yours.
I got to get way in there. Yeah. Okay. So I see what you're saying about the font on the cards, but I don't think it's.
To make this solo.
It doesn't look that.
Again, Tim.
It doesn't look bad.
I don't love it.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Doesn't bother me.
See a mini.
Yeah, I don't hate it. But I don't love it.
Very. plain. There's
Throw
not
some
a lot
Times
of
New
detail.
Roman on there and call it a day.
Let's see.
And again,
So-
not a huge mini critic, but that's a bit
Well-
too much there, Smooth Skin.
Well, here's the. Here's the rub, though, right? Is that all the more reason to get it a reprint? Yeah, I can see what you're saying, like with Bebop here, right? Like it's
Ooh,
the art
yes.
looks good. Oops, you moved the wrong way.
I do
The art,
love the art.
I think the
Yes.
art looks great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks
I mean, he's
great.
got them chicken legs working, but you know.
Whoop,
Listen, Bebop doesn't need to do leg day. He can skip it because he's a warthog.
whoop. He's bebopping right on past leg day.
Yeah. Oh, damn. They did do the thing I hate where they
I've had Tim and Solo lay out way too long to not produce a mini. We're going back, and I'm going to look through art while he
Well, they
finds
put
his
this-
damn minis.
they put it in the box and the like I kind of hate that.
I'm with you, Eric. I'm and Bob. That's a weird font. I want stuff
Yeah.
to be readable.
That's a great
Like-
picture, though. I like that Casey Jones pick.
The
So
art's phenomenal. Okay, hold on. Back to Solo Tim here.
the minis are a little soft. We'll
Oh
say.
God. Oh, it's finally zooming. Oh, ooh, what?
Yeah, they're a little
No.
soft.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
give me a better
They
version
lost
of
the
this.
Detail.
Yeah.
Okay. Reprint it. Make the minis nicer.
Yeah.
And fix that damn font.
See, it's
All right.
it needs a reprint.
I didn't realize this was out of print. I never played this one.
Well, IDW. Once anything IDW is out of print, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's fair. Oh, so I should have done Galaxy Hunters.
But yeah, I mean, a Kevin Wilson game. Sign me up, man. I mean, he's made
That's a
so many
big
great
oof
games over
on
the
that
years.
font choice. Yeah, look at that. See, so all of these design
the-
issues tell me that this game needs a reprint.
Yeah, and the chat says so. So shall it be.
Yep. Chat's never wrong. Chat don't lie.
That's never-
They're like Shakira's hips.
These green minis. These might actually be better than the ones that came with the game. They are. These miniatures are better. This is like
No,
a
those
different
are-
version.
No, those are the ones. The turtles are green. I didn't pull any of the turtles out to
This
show
one
you.
just looks more detailed than like that other one I was looking at. But that one you showed was
Soft.
fairly horrific. Yeah.
That reminded
Soft.
me of the Conan the Barbarian, like the Conan
The
game
monolith.
that came out.
The
did.
monolith one,
The
yeah.
minis were not very good.
They're not that great. Same thing with like the Evil Dead 2
There's no
definition in there.
yeah, normally like
Jeez.
it seems like they pulled it out of the mold too quick and it lost all the detail. Like it was still
Yeah.
kind of like forming. Yeah.
There'd be nothing to paint here. You paint it like 2 colors and call it a day. Like if you washed it, there would be no like crevices for it to go in.
The box is cooler than the minis.
Yeah, no doubt.
No kidding.
No
The
doubt.
art. New minis, new font. I'm with you. Reprint this.
Yeah.
Same
me-
box.
Give me an amazing version of this
Yeah.
game, please. Reprint it.
I'm with you.
I
I've
know
always
that
loved
there's
Turtle.
people making games in the Ninja Turtles IP, so let's go.
Like
There you
who
go.
actually disliked the turtles? Did anybody like the
Well-
turtles were the best?
Charlwood, because he hates everything.
He hates
That's
everything.
probably true. But
So I don't think that counts.
he had to have spent some of his childhood in the early 90s. So I mean maybe I'm underestimating, but I mean I don't know anybody that dislikes the turtles. Oh, they suck naturally. So there we go.
Yeah.
We've heard it.
Turtles
We've
suck.
heard it. All right, we're gonna end on that one. It's been fun,
All
guys.
right.
For the board game rundown.
Expert on the soft mini.
Listen,
Oh, the
some things
connotation.
apply across the board. Game board.
Oh,
are you
good
talking
one.
about?
Good one. All right. So
Oh my god,
I
that
gotta
NES game ruined a lot of people's lives.
Dude, yeah. Especially like that swimming one. where
The
you had to avoid
underwater,
seaweed.
yeah.
Yeah. F
the
that.
best one was easily the 4-player side scroller.
Yeah.
That was the best.
Well,
one.
yeah, that was the arcade game, like one, right? Where
Yeah.
yeah, that was awesome.
They eventually put that one on Super Nintendo, but yeah, that original Nintendo game, yeah,
I never owned a Super
destroyed hopes and dreams, including mine. So now I only aspire to be a YouTuber. So, all right, destroyed all my other hopes and dreams. All right, this is another dry economic game that I actually bought from Tim's niece, because
I
it is
know what it
still
is.
out of print. Yep. It's Container.
Yep.
And this had to be on my list because one, this is my favorite auction game. This game is fantastic. It is an economic game where you're essentially trying to buy different shipping containers, and you can warehouse them and set them up here, set the price so people buy them from you, put them on their ship, and then they can put them in this middle island and auction them off. And you're holding these cards that determine how much each container is worth to you at the end of the game. So you don't always know exactly what containers people score the most points on. So it's just a very clever auction mechanic. This has been reprinted twice. So this is actually, I think what we're looking at is the 10th anniversary jumbo edition. I'm trying to find the hideous first edition. So first of all, box cover, not a whole lot to look at, right? Yeah, it's a very ugly game. Exactly, Chris.
Ugh.
And the color of the choice of colors is even worse. I want Bob to look at this because
I was going to ask you how the colors of those containers were. Are they easy to delineate?
No, I've sent you a picture of this before, and it's a terrible choice. In fact, both editions are. Give me a minute while I find like the best picture. Okay, here we go. This is first edition. So let's choose brown and then orange.
I can tell them apart, right? One is definitely like a limey green, and the other one does look more orange. So that's not now. Okay. Ugh. So looking at that, I know you can't see which one I'm pointing at. So there's the circle things on the left. The next row over, the one like at the bottom, and the second one up are very similar.
So yes, Wayne, this actually got a 10th anniversary jumbo reprint. Much better box cover art.
Okay. Yeah.
So props there.
Ooh.
Now these ships.
Those ships are badass. Now go back a pick. Go back a pick.
I think that one. There you go.
No, that's not the one you just had up.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see. I was going to ask you if something was the same color. There you go. Are those all different colors?
Yes.
We got like a beige, black.
Okay.
Burnt orange, white, and
reddish,
dark red.
Yeah. I mean, if your light's not bright enough, I could definitely see confusing the red and the burnt orange. I don't know why you go burnt orange and not like blue. They haven't used the blue yet. Why not the blue in there?
I think, and
that's
see, that's
blue.
why. So I think this is what they ended up with, and that might have been like a prototype. These ships are huge too.
They look. The ships look really nice. I was gonna say it reminded me of like this Venice, where you put all the bits on the boat. That's always like super cool. But I'm looking at those and I'm wondering, like, I really wish I had them in front of me so I could be like, hey, which one color is this? What color is this? Tell me they're the same, please.
Right.
Tim, how many times have I opened up a box on this live stream?
Not very often,
right?
Not very often.
Let me show you what they meant by jumbo edition. No, Chris, I have Panamax as well, and I just remember the first time I tried to play it, the rules overhead was too much, way too much. So I did not go back to it. But I have heard great things. But look at these suckers, and these are like ceramic.
Highlight your own screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to get around my. So
there we go.
Look how big these babies are.
Mike is famously tiny, so those are about 2 inches.
Your little hands make those ships look huge.
Well, that's the benefit of having small hands. It makes everything else look bigger.
That's right.
So you can, like, these are ceramic chips.
Oh,
no,
wow.
really?
Oh wait, now I can.
No. Well, you have it in plastic wrap.
I know. It's still making plenty of noise over here, damn it.
Smash them as hard as you can.
But they are just huge.
It's a good size, Mike. It's impressive.
Thank you. It's my baby hand. But moving on. But no, it's I love this game so much, and it's hard to get to the table because it looks dry. It is pretty dry. It is really just an economic auction game, but I love the mechanics of this game. It's still my favorite auction game, and they should reprint it again and improve this. I just think it's truly fantastic. I finally did get to play it again last year, and it really holds up for me.
All
But
5 of those colors look pretty good.
Yeah.
How many different colors? Yeah, that's right. How many different colors are there of the containers?
I'm pretty sure those are all of them there.
Okay, then those are fine.
Good. But yeah,
I would like to play this game. I almost put this on my list, but I was like, nah, Mike's going to talk about it. He owns it.
Yeah, you knew I was gonna have it high. I love these auction economic games, and it's not like rules heavy. It's pretty easy to play. But yeah, I give it a 9. I really think this one's fantastic.
Wow.
I think all of my plays are logged under this version, so I think I'm at 4 or 5. I only have 3 plays of this. Could have swore it was more, but it's really good. But yeah, you're all dealt these cards that determine everybody's got a different way of scoring these. So you see somebody, overpaying for a ship full of brown containers, they're probably going for those brown containers. So just love the way this game works, and these chunky ships are great. But yeah, look at the prices on this. Let me go down here. Even first edition. Did I pass them? Or is there literally no, you can't even buy first edition. Like you can't. Like look, there's $160 and
Yeah.
these
Well, I'd want
$24
that
listings
bougie version anyway.
are like a promo.
Yeah.
Chris ripping my call because he thinks I should play Panamax. If the rule book wasn't so bad, oh my god, that was one of the worst rule books I remember when I tried to learn it. I gave up.
Panamax?
Yeah, it was rough. But yeah, even this one, how about $300 on eBay? Yeah,
Pass.
so it makes what I paid your niece like still more than what they paid, but I paid a lot less than that. So I really appreciate them cutting me a friend and family
Friends and
discount
family?
like
Yeah.
they did. Yeah, I just made them an offer that I knew was lower than what it went for, but they were still like, yeah, and they still got way more than what they paid. So it was an awesome deal I couldn't pass up. I just need to play my copy. It's such a great game.
All right.
All righty.
The number 1 games that need reprinted happens now.
Number 1. It's going to come as probably no surprise, but 2004 Mayfair Games Downfall of Pompeii
Is that out of print?
I didn't think that was out of print.
It's I couldn't. It wasn't on. It wasn't on Amazon. I did my research. Not available.
Hold on. We're researching.
We're researching.
Bob's wrong. It's $4.99. No.
What? No.
I'm sure that's usually just like a promo or something.
Yeah,
like that, or
play
like
mats
a
and
card.
promos and things like that.
Oh
yeah,
my
like
god!
$100.
$100.
Yeah.
That's on a brand
Thank you
new.
very much.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Dude, I bought mine on a Barnes and Noble Red Dot sale for $15 like 4 or 5 years ago.
I'm so mad I did not buy this game when I had the chance. I'm so mad. I love this game.
It's such a good game, and I just it's fantastic. Like it's so satisfying. Like throwing people into the volcano. Like you would you think, okay, yeah, sure. Then you draw the Omen card, and you're like, well, you have the most pieces. Bloop.
There you go.
Yeah, it's so satisfying.
Andrew got a good
nice,
deal. Good.
Andrew. Good job.
I was gonna say, Derek, I thought this was recent because I remember looking not too long ago and I thought it was still available. So good catch,
I think
Bob.
I saw
did not know.
Migo might have picked up the rights to it, so I'm not sure if you can go back to like the homepage there, Mike. But I think if you scroll down, yeah, Amigo. So maybe Amigo's gonna reprint it, hopefully. Because I remember seeing their name when I was doing my other research and whatnot. But yeah, like it's a fantastic game. You're gonna spend the first part of the game bringing people into the city, and then the lava cards get drawn, and the cards go away, and you start drawing tiles. And then you're just GTFOing the city, and you're throwing people into the volcano. It is a good time.
So good.
Oh, it's the best time.
It's so good. I truly hate the card the deck setup, so I make Bob do it every time.
It's the hardest part, but I've done it so many times now. It's not so bad. Like I've
It's
got
not
it down
that bad.
good. I have looked into making a gigantic 13-foot by 7-foot version of this on a vinyl printout, and it's going to cost me about $250 to get that printed out. And then I would have to get 1 foot by 1 foot tiles made like for the lava. That's fine. I'll be tossed the volcano to appease the gods. It's fine.
What color is
Sure,
that lava?
they're gonna find Chris all frozen up,
Yes, Nix, that was actually us playing it here with fellow Ohio native there, Mr. Andrew and his daughter, and it was a blast.
It was a blast. Yeah, it's so much fun. I don't think I've ever played this game with anybody that didn't have a good time with it. So it's one of the ones I always have with me in my bag. I take it everywhere I go. It's an easy teach. And like I said, people just get a kick out of throwing people into the volcano because there's that 3D volcano, and it's a good time. It's just such a great time.
I believe that I am the one that popped the shrink off of Mike's copy and played it before he played his copy.
That's correct. I had played Bob's copy twice before I even touched mine, and then
Now I did have Mike's permission, but
he asked nicely, and I was like,
it's always good to get permission.
Consent.
You want to have consent.
Tim, I was waiting for this moment when it was out of print. You ruined the value. I was going to play Bob's copy for eternity.
I'm probably going to end up replacing my bag because it's got a bunch of threads coming out, and it's not a lot of extra room in the bag, and I like having a nice big bag to mix tiles in, but I haven't found one to tickle my fancy, so we'll see.
Bag for this, nice.
Do you want a canvasy kind of bag, or burlappy that feels more like?
I don't think necessarily the texture so much. I love the flat bottom bags, right? So it can sit on a table. I think I need to
flat
go
bottom bags make the gaming world go round. So yeah.
Oh, amen, Chris. Or Tim. That's hilarious. But no, our local game store, the Griffin, they've got a selection of somebody's crafted homemade flat bottom bags. I might just go there and see what they got.
That's a
Maybe
really
got one that's got flames on it and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
this game's so good.
It's so good. That's a different box than I've seen. I haven't seen the landscape box. All the ones
first edition. I think it did get reprinted once.
Yeah, Z-Man reprinted it once. I think the reprint's a Z-Man. I think yours is a Z-Man, Mike. You and Bob's.
Mayday or Mayfair or whatever.
Oh, is it Mayfair? I thought it was Z-Man.
Mayfair, yep.
Mayfair and Amigo. Yeah, and this version is Mayfair.
That's the one I've got.
Mayfair. Yep.
So, hopefully that'll get a reprint soon because I think everybody should throw people they love in a volcano.
You should.
Yep.
What better way to say I love you than with the gift?
You need to make noise
of a volcano. Yeah.
Good pick. I can't believe I didn't realize that was out of print. It's just one of those when you own a game, you sometimes just don't look. Even during this list, I knew I was going to miss something.
As soon as we talked about this topic, I knew that was going to be my number one. Because I knew it was out of print, so it was hard to find. For people. Andrew was saying he had to buy it on the secondary market, so that was my number one from the get go. So.
Man, I thought I left one. Well, I've been holding back on saying one because I thought it would be on Bob's list, and it's not. So I'm really excited because I know Bob loves this game. Mike, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Oh, just that, the artwork is not very good, but I mean, a lot of these older games, this came out in 2004. A lot of these older games were not that pretty.
They didn't have to be. It wasn't.
They didn't have to be.
They play great. Yeah.
Yeah, that box cover art could use some loving, but
Yeah.
But it's still better than Concordia because you got an idea of what's going on there.
Yeah, everybody's running out of the city.
Yeah, you know what this game is about when you look at the box, at least. Exactly.
So Wayne, I know I'm not gonna go into your top 5 because the one that I've got is probably the most hipster of my picks. Because I don't think a ton of people have played it and had access to it, and it's not your fault. It is the game publisher's fault because they just aren't great business people. And a lot of times you can only get their games if you back them on Kickstarter. And I don't want to say I regret trading this to Bob, because if Bob ever gets rid of it, it has to come back to me first.
I know what it is.
But we are talking about Evil High Priest. This is a Peterson Games worker placement game that is way, way, way underrated. This game is really good. And if Peterson Games didn't have the struggles that it did, I do feel like this game would get a lot more attention. Because it deserves it. It's really good. It's really clever. There's unique maps that you can play, which then give you
for each elder god.
Yeah, for each other elder god, a great old one you're kind of going after. But each priest has each faction, each cult has their own sort of base. And you can build it out, so you've got like your vault where you can like hide things in there, but they can get broken into, and you can have like the FBI go and raid them. This game is really flipping good.
It is.
And it probably will. I don't know, maybe Catalyst or, that Quimby's Games or whatever if they will go through Peterson's catalog and pick up other titles. But honestly, like because Cthulhu Wars is Cthulhu Wars and I love it. Don't get me wrong. But like for one of their games without minis, this is just one of the best ones. They did a dynamite job with this game. The only reason I traded it to Bob was because I didn't have money to just buy what I wanted from him. And so I traded this stuff to him, but also Bob knows I get it back. I get dibs to try to get it back.
Right. So first,
thank you. Yeah. But I don't think Bob's ever going to let go of this game, because I know he loves it even more than I do.
It's a great worker placement game.
It's really good.
And I love how you have your base and it's protected by all your crazy people.
Yes, it's just
like
thematically
the investigators
so
walk
cool.
in, they're like, these dudes are crazy. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Isn't Chocho one of the names of one of the Cthulhu
factions?
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of H.P. Lovecraft.
Yep.
Well, I had no idea that this was that world. So
Yep.
There we go.
We'll let it go.
Not a world I really pay attention to. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So there's like pretty much all the base factions and a couple of the extra factions from Cthulhu Wars have their own board. I think I have 4 or 5 different boards,
and they're two-sided. So you might have 5 different boards, but there might be 10 different great old ones.
Right. And it's and they're all like different. Like, so like the outline image is like their symbol, and then they all have like different types of like locations, and they all do different things. Like there's a lot of replayability there, because you can just kind of change up which god you're going for and things like that. So,
and then there's like the cards and the things you can get change up.
You can like build your base up and build like traps. So if like investigators are trying to come to like raid you can like set traps for them so they don't get to all your goods and things like that. Yeah, it's a great game. That's nice. Good pick.
This is the newest game on this list. This is 2018.
Yeah, and that was the only printing that it has.
I think Mech's first Minions was 2016, I thought. So Tim did beat me on newer games. I might have him with the next one, though.
We'll wait till after your top one, and then we'll read Wayne's, because Wayne posted his.
We got a lot of comments, so we can go ahead and address it.
Okay. I just didn't, in case there was any crossover.
No worries. No, there isn't. That's why I went ahead and I kept Glory to Rome as an honorable mention. I think it's good. I don't think it's fine. It's good.
I own the ugly version. I'd love a good looking version of it. And for what it is, it shouldn't cost you, what it costs you, right? It's like Las Vegas. It's better than Las Vegas, but it's 3 packs of cards, right? I mean, it shouldn't cost you what it cost you to get it.
Man, Wayne, that's a good pick. I had Union Pacific as an honorable mention as well. Another game that Charwood. No,
I played that with your buddy Mike.
And
we had a modified version. He kind of house ruled some
Gamer
stuff.
Paul. We met him through Sleeveless Andrew.
Okay.
We played that here. I thought that was pretty good.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Oh yeah, Gamer Paul. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, that's a good pick. Otherwise, I have not played those. Yeah, I didn't see this one coming. I figured a
I don't
Peterson
have
game
that
would
insert.
sneak
My
in this
insert
list.
is not clear like that. I
let's
don't
go
think
back.
it came with an insert. But to be fair, I have all the other boxes shoved in there. There's a box.
I might have gotten rid of that insert to make it all fit.
Yeah, and then plus, like I have the upgraded priests, which are actually the high priests from
Cthulhu Wars.
Yeah,
and then you've got all the upgraded component stuff too for it. I took care of you.
Good looking
this
out.
one does
Don't worry,
look
I'm taking care of the
cool.
game.
I like this
font. I love that cover art.
I wish there was a little more contrast on the game title, but otherwise, I'm loving the look of the cover.
Now there's an example of a good font.
Is it ill-tempered?
That's a good font.
Ill-tempered high priest. Yeah.
That's the sequel that isn't out.
All right.
All right, Mike.
Funny is we have been Tim gets the newest game on the list. This is a 2017 release.
I won the game I didn't know I was playing.
Good job, Tim.
I was taught this game at a JuliaCon, and I think it was my first one, maybe my second. But I know your sister loves this game, and I learned it there because I have a copy, and I played this game once and put it on my top 20. This game is fantastic, and it's Clans of Caledonia.
Oh, duh! I should have known this from the chat.
This is getting a reprint, but it's not confirmed. It hasn't. The campaign hasn't even went live yet. This is from Karma Games, which is a self-published from Juma Al-Juju, who is a German designer. This is like Terra Mystica meets market manipulation, which is right up my alley. So I do really like the Scottish theme to this. This is actually decent Clemens Franz art, even if you're depending what you think of his art. Some of it's okay, some I don't like. I know some people really don't like it, but I think this one's fine.
I think that Clans of Caledonia box cover is beautiful. I think it's
one
colors.
of the better ones.
It's
yeah.
Like it's one of the better ones.
Close at it, like the details are kind of, but like
close-ups of faces that he does.
Yeah, when you take a step back and you look at it, and you take it all in, it looks fine. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks great. But this is getting reprinted, and there's going to be an expansion called Industria. Oh, awesome, Wayne. Yeah, I need to play this on BGA. Maybe I've been trying to find somebody that knows it on BGA that I can play it with. So Wayne, I'll send you an invite later tonight.
I say it looked super cool. I saw Mike playing this at said JuliaCon, and it looked very interesting. But I was not in on the tee, so I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, I've only gotten one play of it, Evan. So I don't know about the runway leader part. But I just like how this is basically you're building these buildings out on the board, and you're going to take as many actions as you can until you want to stop and take an income turn, which is based on the number of buildings you've put on the board. But on top of that, it's got this market manipulation board. You can just buy and sell resources, so you can work this market to your advantage. But it's also got this engine building going on based on the buildings that are built out. Oh, it's just so good. I love this game. I just need to play it more.
Yeah, you have like since you played that, you haven't stopped talking about it. So I didn't realize it was out of print. Otherwise,
yeah, I've been enthralled with this game ever since I played it. I just yes, awesome. I have both of you guys on BGA, so consider it done. And I'm rusty. I played it once, like a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. I'll confirm.
That's a tabletop simulator pick right there.
I'm going to be rusty.
It was
that October 22. Wow. Yeah. So it's been a while. Donnie wants in.
Oh, Donnie's a shark, dude. You guys all just kiss your game. You guys might as well just put it down. Donnie's gonna win.
Dude, I'm not sure I've won a game against Donnie on BGA.
Dude,
our resident lurker is here for the Clans of Caledonia game. I love it.
Donnie is brutal.
In
the best way.
I think the other thing too, I think this one probably, you guys will have to tell me. I think this would probably scale better at 2 or 3 than Terra Mystica or Gaia Project does. I think Terra Mystica and Gaia Project are bad at 2 players. Like I
It's
would
not great because of the you
really
have to
prefer
people
not
get
to
the
play them.
discounts and stuff. Yeah, it's
Because you
definitely
got to
better
build
three and
adjacent to people to get, those power points, and those give
Mhm.
you extra turns. Now, building in this gives you the option to buy whatever resource is produced by the building you build adjacent to. So there is still a benefit in this game. But yeah, that was kind of the hunch I had, Wayne, that this one would scale way better because I honestly refuse to play Gaia or Terra Mystica 2. It's just not good. It's too short. You can't get your engine going. Yeah, that's what would make it work. I've seen variants of playing Terra Mystica where you can block off part of the board. Gen Con mentioned Gaia Project is finally getting an expansion, actually, that will be
Oh,
available at Gen Con for the first time. Capstone
Really?
Games booth, yes. But yeah, I haven't played a full game of that other than BGA. I just have played a lot of Terra Mystica and, played Gaia Project Online because of it. But anyway, this game is getting reprinted later this year. I've actually reached out to the designer and hope that we can cover it.
Right. Overall rank 65.
It's
Wow.
good, dude. It's so good.
Okay.
Ah, I love this game. I just
As the
want to play it
kids
more.
say these days, okr.
do they still though
This
say
game's
that?
lit,
Yeah, I
yo.
guess as the kids said like 5 or 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. This one's lit, yo. But yeah, it's just fantastic. I have a copy, so
You have that?
I have this, yes.
Okay.
That's why I was so excited to
There we
when
go,
Julie
Wayne.
was like,
That is what's
"As
up.
Riz," I don't even know
That's
that
the
one.
kids say.
It's
Yeah, no.
charisma, Mike. It's
Oh,
That's
Riz.
right. That's what the Riz
Charisma.
is.
Oh God, I had
Yeah.
no idea. That's what
Yeah.
my parents
My
called
I hear you.
12-year-old
grocery
explained that to
store.
me like a
They
month
probably
ago.
don't. That's funny. What's the
Wow.
thing I heard today? Kids are saying Giat.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I have the
You're hip.
deluxe too. I have the deluxe. I've got the
I'm
metal
hip.
coins.
I'm with it.
I would.
Ducka, 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 ducka.
Aw.
Oh.
I think even like a year removed from my first play, I still had this somewhere in the 20s. This game's so freaking good. I can't wait for this reprint. I want to see what this expansion adds. I really haven't looked into it. It's called Industria, but it's Karma Games. Again, a self-publish by this designer. He's also the one, Bob, I think you said you backed Thiefdom.
No.
Thiefdom? No?
I don't
Somebody
think
did.
so.
I did. I thought you were
Let
the one
me
that said you backed
consult
it
the
too.
Book of Armaments.
Same designer. And sometimes it doesn't take much. If I love a game, I'm just going to look up anything else that designer makes, and
Mhm.
I don't even need to know anything else. Yes, Justin. This is the
Nope.
same designer, and
Not
Liz of
me, homeschool.
Caledonia, whew, is really solid. All right, I'm done. I had to make sure I got it out how much I love that game. It's really good. You guys go ahead and talk about whatever. I'm going to see if I have any invites for this on BGA real quick.
Okay.
Wow.
Bobby, you got
I
any?
do, yeah.
Mike's like, gosh darn it, people like me.
All right, you guys go on. I'm gonna play this real quick.
I'm gonna
Mike,
take some moves real quick.
Bob, do
Take
you
a
have
move on
any?
Heat. I'm kicking your butt.
Do you have any honorable mentions,
I'll make
Bob?
moves when we're done,
Well,
guys,
I mean,
promise.
I do, but they were discussed earlier. The Shadows over Camelot, right? Like that's.
Mhm.
I've only played it once, but I had a really good time playing it.
Yeah, me
I really
too.
want to borrow the store copy a couple times and try that.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's been sitting behind us every Sunday for like 2 years.
I know.
It's not fair.
Just take it.
I did look at Abyss because I thought it was out of print because I haven't seen it anywhere, but it was readily available on Amazon, so I did not put that on my list. But it is a game that doesn't get talked about very much that I wanted to talk about. However, it did not qualify as per my criteria.
I had Abyss as a possible as well for similar reasons, and so I know it just had a Kickstarter, but I don't feel like you could walk into a store and buy it on a shelf, and that is part of my criteria. I don't know that you could buy it on Amazon. Lords of Vegas.
You cannot.
Right?
Like I said, look, but I'm pretty sure you can.
I thought that new version had fulfill.
Maybe it did, but I mean, if you could only get it that way, it's like Mechs vs. Minions. It's not like you could go and buy it.
No, okay. Well, all right. So
not available on Amazon. So
here's the new version with the new art and the reprint year, but I'm not seeing anything. I don't think Board Game Bliss would be the only ones that have it. I bet it's pre-order. Yeah, it's pre-order.
Yikes.
So it has been reprinted. It's not out. It hasn't fulfilled yet, I don't think.
Yeah, so I don't know how many extra copies they've made and things like that. Yeah, Eric, my copy of Abyss does it say Abyss on it? Or is it, I think my copy of Abyss just has the face. I don't think it's got anything.
Yeah, mine has a face on it. On the side it says Abyss, but the cover of it, just a face.
Bob, I thought for sure you might say Gore Chosen. I left that off.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a good call. My version. So you have like the cool Pete painted version.
I do.
Mine is still some assembly required.
Sure.
So unfortunately, it doesn't get played very much.
Andrew, I'm going to say I didn't realize this was out of print.
Oh, Lords of Hellas is out of print. I own that. I got all the bits for it. Like
same.
It is fantastic. They did a retheme reprint and called it Lords of Ragnarok, which we've got 3 copies in our group that we still haven't touched.
No, as far as I know, nobody's played it. I don't own the Ragnarok one, but
mine's still sitting in the shipping box. Sad.
Lords of Ragnarok. Yeah, I opened mine. That's it.
What would 100% be on my list, but I know that shout out to our friends at Trick or Treat Studios, but Scoville is getting a reprint and they're making it colorblind friendly.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, no, here's the thing. And this really legitimately sucks. As much as I hate losing to Bob at games, Scoville is a Bob game. That is a Bob game, and
really
it is
good game.
And it is unplayable for him because of the colors.
It's all color based. I mean, yeah, okay, that some of the peppers are taller or whatever, but it's so
not
hard
enough.
to delineate from like the picture. Yeah, it's not enough.
Exactly. It's not enough.
So hopefully they do some sort of like iconography on there.
That's what they're doing. That's they showed me. I got a little bit of a sneak peek of at the Gen Con booth last year on it because I brought it up and was like, oh well, I mean, but it, I'm really glad you're going to do it, but any chance it's going to be colorblind friendly? And they're like, yeah. Ooh, look up at the top there. Look at that banner ad.
Oh,
LA1
Trick or Treat.
We got some vids for that coming out.
Yeah, we do have some vids.
There we go. And Vincent Dutrait art, by the way. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah.
Second edition.
Looks great. This was honor. Is this new? Did they just upload this? I swear they only had the box cover before this. Let's see how. Whoa, the zoom in that they do on this site. It's like, you wanted 30 times zoom? Let's do that. All right, Bob.
Ooh. Well, I see that white one, and then there's one to the the bottom. There's the white. Yeah, right there's the white. What color is that one next to it? Like a
orange.
Red?
That's orange.
Okay, and then yellow above it, and then green, like a limey green.
Yeah, real
very
limey
green.
Okay, and then more above that's like a kind of a darker red.
Yeah,
it's different. The red and the orange it's close. Man, between those 3, like I can kind of tell the green and the red apart because it's a very limey green. But then when you put that with those 3 together, we'll see.
We'll see.
It's just a rendition. Look. We'll see.
But I'm just realizing something. So remember, you got to draft cards to be able to plant these things. And look, they have the letters on the freaking peppers on the cards.
Oh. Now, if they're smart to put the letters on the peppers,
they might.
If they don't, I'll just put the friggin' letters with a marker on there myself. Well,
Yeah.
have somebody help me put the letters on the marker.
Maybe they do.
Who the hell
'cause
labeled these?
This
Who
looks like
labeled
a
these? These are all
fairly-
wrong.
This looks like a really early render. So with these letters,
Yeah.
that's very promising. Very promising.
Yes. So that would be
Nice.
awesome.
I'll have
And
to
like I
talk to
said,
them and see how
That's
close
super
they are.
appreciated. Like, that they acknowledge my handicap.
No, this one was good. I remember there being a lot of AP because it's one of those where you got to like move around to plant
yeah.
stuff, but you
I'm
got
not
to
playing this
also
game
have
with
the card.
Spencer, but I'll play this
It's-
game
oh
with
my
you guys.
There's so much AP and there's so many different types of peppers you can plant, and you got to have your guy in a certain space, and people can affect where you can do that. I remember this being very AP prone, but it was a solid game. But good pick. It was an honorable for me.
Then I'll drop 2 more honorable mentions, and then
Okay.
Oh, go
I
on.
was going to answer Nick's real quick. Yes, I have a lot of games that I have kickstarted that we get in that I would love to play and review, and we run out of time. Time is only it's limited.
He wants you to give him those games.
You didn't-
If you get to trot
okay.
over your shelves of shame, his shelves have room.
Are you going to be
rid
at
of-
Gen Con? I'll bring you a game off my shelf of shame that you can have.
There you go.
Oh,
Or if he doesn't show up, you give it to somebody you see wearing a Game Talk Network pin or a Board Game Rundown shirt.
Hey, that was your giveaway plan.
Listen, it's so good that we can all do
It's
it.
true. I
Hold
might
on.
do that. We'll see.
I'm still
I'll find
trying to
something.
figure out. I'm just trying to figure out what I can trade for Bob's Catan wheat card still. So
I know we should do that. Just have
I'll
Bob
give
sign
away
it.
all those components. I own the OG Catan. I just never play it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna play Catan. It's gonna be Space Catan.
We could wreck it. We could wreck
I
it for the
have
good
to
of the
play
show.
that. I need to play that so bad.
We'll play my 3D Catan. Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking about the Space Catan. Yeah. Starfarers.
Starfarer,
I want to
mean,
play my 3D Catan with you guys. Anyways, real
Ooh.
quick though. Fury of Dracula, I believe, is out of print again.
Again?
No
They just
kidding.
reprinted it.
Is it really? Mine's
Wait.
still in string.
Oh.
Tim didn't ruin the value of that one. Yes.
I think
Tim,
it's
you
out
want
of
to come
print
over
again.
and play Fury of Dracula without me?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Don't worry, I'll bring my copy though. And then I've only played this game once, but I did end up getting a copy of it for really cheap, and I was really excited about it. But Simon's Dogs of War, really good.
Okay.
Kind of territory control, tug of war style game. Do you have that one, Mike?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I still haven't played it.
Oh, I played it with Jason and Katie from Board Game Mechanics. It's
Heard
one of
this one's really good.
It's a game Jason really likes. I played it with them. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Nick's. I had 2nd edition, sold it, and bought 3rd edition.
Second is Fantasy Flight, and third is WizKids.
I believe 3rd is Fantasy Flight, and
And then
4th is
fourth
WizKids.
WizKids.
And I think
have
mine is Fantasy
third.
Flight.
It shrink.
Yeah, mine's a Fantasy Flight one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just some other ones that bear mentioning. I guess we should talk about Camp Grizzly. Never played it, but for Justin, he stuck around for the whole show. I made a point to never highlight one of those Camp Grizzly comments.
Nice.
Just because I love our friends that much. Yeah, there he is. Camp Grizzly. But I love a good horror theme game, so sign me up for that. But man, I think my phone is dying. I didn't change my battery pack really. I mean, I got like 20% left, but we're at the end of the show anyway. So
Yeah, we're okay. All right, I got a few honor. Yeah, I know, Nix. I have way too high of a percentage of unplayed games. It's like notorious that we play everybody's copy but mine. Bob has played Chinatown like twice now, and neither version was mine, even though I bring it to like Meeple every time.
Hey, I played Cthulhu Wars like 8 times. You know how many times my copy's been played?
I didn't even know you had a copy.
Yeah, I know.
I'll take it off your
exactly.
hands so mine can sit unplayed.
I'll trade you for your dwellings.
yes, Justin, and I wish that I wish that they would keep it alive. I know that there was like a big old rights dispute, and it basically killed the game. But yeah. Anyways, what were we gonna say, Mike?
A few honorable mentions for me. I'll start real quick with games that have already been reprinted and they're on their way. So Planet Unknown was one of the better 2022 releases. It is currently out of print, but it will be fulfilling pretty soon. I did see it at Fantasy Games when we were there on Sunday, so that gives me hope that my second edition with the new Space Moon expansion is coming. Shards of Infinity, also out of print, but they did a Kickstarter at the end of last year. That's coming as well. So that one's been reprinted. Another one that's been reprinted twice is a game called Nexus Ops. This was originally an Avalon Hill game, then Fantasy Flight reprinted it. Now Renegade is reprinting it, and it'll be available at Gen Con. This is actually just a straight up territory control game. It is the only way to score points is to win battles. It is straight up clashing, but very fun. The original Avalon Hill version actually had glow in the dark miniatures. Now, I
Nice.
don't know that Renegade is going to pull that off. This was the version I had, and I played it enough and ended up just kind of moving on from it. But I do really like the look of this new version from Renegade. There you go. Seriously, it had glow in the dark miniatures.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, does the board glow in the dark, or is it like,
just
otherwise just kind of moving things around? And
there it is. There's the new version from Renegade. And this will be available at Gen Con. But very fun territory control game if you like that type of game. So those are the ones that have already been reprinted. We talked about Glory to Rome and Scoville and Las Vegas Dice Game. Zaya Legends of a Drift System. Tim, I thought that would be on your list.
Oh, dude.
I really thought that would be on your list. I think you forgot about it.
Dude, I did forget about it. I love that damn game.
Yeah, it's so good. I haven't played it in a long time. I gotta look. Yeah, 2015.
It's not perfect, but I love it. I love its ambition and what it's trying to do.
And the components are incredible.
Oh, they're good. They're real good.
Hovering ships and the coins are some of the best coins in any game. And yeah, the issue I had with it was that you could continue to rerun the trade route. And I remember what my group ended up house ruling essentially went into the first expansion that fixed it. So I'd love to play it again with the expansion. This game was always so good.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is an older Eric Lang game that I never got to play, and it's Chaos in the Old World.
It's somewhere over here.
Yeah, that's been out of print for a while. And I love my Eric Lang hybrid games, and this really was kind of the inspiration to the whole trilogy I've heard. So I'd love to go back and play this one, but you can't get this one anymore.
It's got similar mechanics to Blood Rage and Cthulhu Wars. They're definitely all along the same
hybrid kind of territory.
Yeah, you're spending power to take actions and things like that. And there's spell books you gotta unlock, and
I've always wanted to play this. I just kept it as an honorable because I never did.
I think I've only played mine once or twice.
I'll drop one more. I really thought Tim would throw a Tasty Minstrel. Make sure I say that right. Tasty Minstrel game in here. I thought he'd use Belfort.
Honorable mention. Thought about it.
Yeah.
But we did just talk about it like 2 weeks ago or whatever when Will was on.
Yeah. Yeah. I never got to play this one. I always wanted to, and of course, the home run design team of Cormier and Sinfung Lim.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is one I always wanted to check out. Yeah, Tasty Minstrel. So it's not available anymore. Oh, look, you can get like new for $50.
Are we supposed to play this with Will at Gen Con?
I don't remember.
I thought he said something about playing it. I'll have to double check.
I wasn't there for that episode. That's why.
Yeah, Bob, don't you remember?
Me and Bob were driving to Origins that week.
Oh, was it just me? I thought
it was you and
Dan was
for
in.
Will.
Yeah, I was like, somebody was with me.
I was like, I remember that conversation, but why don't I remember it in detail? Oh yeah, because we ran to Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh
Tim
yeah,
decided
Andrew
to not go to Origins.
Decided, get out of here.
Discworld was an honorable I was going to throw in there that I hadn't played. This
I
game's
have
been out of print for so long.
I have the retheme. I want to play it again because I've only ever played it with like half the rules, and that's Nanty Narking because that's a Martin Wallace.
Yep. It is.
Yep.
Yeah, good pick. I meant to throw that as an honorable.
I was looking at a bunch of like other lists for like out of print games and whatnot, and like I saw Rococo like a ton of times, but now that Eagle Griffin has reprinted it. I really want to try my Eagle Griffin copy. See how that plays.
I would love to play that. You know, Bob, that's one of my favorite new to me games this year. That game, I freaking loved it.
Yep.
So good.
All right, Tim, we're going to do a couple autocompletes and then call it a night.
We don't have to do that. I just held up autocomplete because he
want to reprint?
Autocorrect.
It's out of print.
And it's out of print.
I can throw some Star Wars trivia at you guys if you don't want to put our viewers to sleep.
Yeah, just do like 2 cards, Star Wars trivia, and then I can go to bed at a decent hour.
Yeah, I got an early morning.
Yeah, Mr. Bob over here with this new early morning. I'm the one that had to work 10 hours, and I'm like, let's go.
But so, Bobby, though, like, are the hours pretty good for you so far? Are they?
Yeah, it actually hasn't been that bad. Like, I set my alarm for 6 something in the morning, and then like a lot of days I wake up like 3 to 5 minutes before my alarm's going to go off.
Beauty.
So it's not so terrible, but it is a little weird going to bed by like 11.
Yeah. But do you like having your nights, like your weeknights open where you can see people? Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah,
I mean, there's the trade-off, right? You take less money because you're not on thirds. But you
don't get the shift differential.
But you do get the time differential.
Yeah, and actually like being able to like, talk to people, like normies, that's kind of nice.
Us daywalkers. Yeah.
The do stuff differential.
Yeah.
I was like, why do these cards look so different? Oh, because that's my SNL trivia.
The job is definitely a change of pace, though.
It's way more laid back, right?
Yes.
There's a lot to learn.
There is a lot to learn because like people come in, they're like, "Oh, I need this, and this." I'm like, "Okay, I have zero knowledge about welding. If you ask me a CNC question, I can answer those questions. However, I will have to go get somebody who knows what you're talking about,
right?
Because like I had to ask, what's the difference between TIG and MIG?
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
so it takes a minute.
Yeah, but like like the first part about like first couple of days, like, oh, here's where all these gases are. This goes here. This goes here. This goes here. There's these labels on there. I crush that shit. Like, no problem.
That's easy.
Okay, boom. How do I do that? Boom. This is how I do that. Make sure it's on this pickup, blah, blah, blah. No big deal. But then learning all like the nuances and minutia, that SAP system is not user-friendly.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
On the upside, I haven't had to call the help desk to undo something I effed up. So
nice.
So far, so good.
Good. Well, you're already doing better than Justin.
I heard he called, like one of the guys was like working at South Bend, and Justin called him, and he answered the phone, and then Justin was like, "Wait, I don't remember what I was going to ask you," and then basically hung up. And then like 10 minutes later, called him back. He's like, "Oh wait, I remember what I wanted to ask you." I was like, "Oh my god." Hilarious.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him.
Yeah, I finished Acolyte.
Justin.
It's fine.
Oh, I haven't watched the new episode yet, so no spoilers. Yeah, because the new episode came out yesterday.
Yeah, I watched it.
I haven't watched
last
it yet.
night. Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet.
All right, Mike.
So he called your store to ask a question, and then you answered it, and then like a couple minutes later, he called back, and he's like, "Hold on, I take back that question."
Yeah, now that I know your answer, I want to re-ask my question.
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's do some Star Wars trivia, and we're gonna call it
All
a
right.
night. Thank you,
Pull out
everybody.
another one of those Boba Fett cards.
Well, I've actually got one that's a Jawa card.
ooh.
Oh, before you ask any questions, do you know what a Jawa's favorite drink is?
Is it?
It's a
bourbon?
martini.
That's right, Tim. Martini.
Oh my god!
I'm a
Well done,
nerd.
sir.
I'm such a
Yep.
nerd that I get the nerd puns on.
All right, Martini, you get the first question then. Who? These are, of course, original trilogy. Who thought the Jawas were trying to rip him off when he asked, "Hey, what are you trying to push on us?"
Oh, that's Uncle Owen.
Correct.
Nope. It's Luke Skywalker.
No, it is Uncle Owen.
What?
Correct.
This one's got a bad motivator. Hey, what are
That's
you
what
trying
Luke
to push
says.
on us? Yeah, and then Owen, Lars says, what are you trying to push on us?
Okay, whatever. I'll
I'm
allow it.
keeping score. Tim's got one. We're gonna keep score this time. Let's see.
Oh,
what
he
I
said
do
Han.
if
I thought he said Han. I was like, oh no.
That was way off.
No, Andrew's probably right. The
He
sleeveless
is.
one. He's like, let me hop off while you guys are segueing.
That game
off.
is still in print, Andrew.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Unless
Do your research. Do your own research.
Yeah.
Yes, please do some research on YouTube. All right, Bob.
All right, bring it on.
To tie Tim, who did the Jawas draw into a sand crawler with a suction tube?
R2D2.
Correct.
You thought way too long about that.
I wanted to make sure I was right. Because I screwed up the first one. Yeah.
Little bit of hesitation there. Tim, who concluded that Imperial stormtroopers were behind the attack on a Jawa sandcrawler?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Correct. 2-1 Tim. Bob, where on Tatooine was R2D2 ambushed by Jawas?
In the desert?
Hold on. What was the question one more time?
I haven't even heard of this place. Where on Tatooine was R2D2 ambushed by Jawas?
I mean, like, it could be Mos Eisley, but it's not. That's the city. It was out in the desert.
There's a name for it. It's like something canyon or
Well, I see we're on a slight bit of delay, and Nix has already got the first three correct. So I'm going to wait for his answer to come in and see if he's right on another one.
Yeah.
We're on a little bit of a delay. But where on Tatooine was R2D2 ambushed by Jawas?
Remember, it's where they were shooting womp rats.
Yeah.
It's like shooting, remember, blah, 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 blank canyon is what it is. Right, Mike?
Oh boy, what? No,
it's something canyon.
Is called the Junlin Wastes.
The Junlin Wastes. I had a Star
so
Wars
Tim
card.
gets Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I get Junlin Wastes. Okay.
Yeah. Beggar's Canyon. Well, it wasn't Beggar's Canyon, but thank you, Nix. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, wow. Yeah, Wayne. That's Wayne. That is all. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, but it was not that. It was in the Junlin Wastes.
That's a tough question.
The old Star Wars TCG, there was a Junlin Wastes location. I should have known that.
So we are back to Tim with a 2-1 lead here.
They are cheating, Justin. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Who did a raiding party of 8 Jawas capture in a rocky canyon on Tatooine? Is that the scene you were just talking about? Who did a raiding party of 8 Jawas capture in a rocky canyon on
3PO. Tatooine? Or was it R2? Because they zap him with the... Yeah. No, it's R2. You never see 3PO get taken. It's R2.
Correct.
Yes, it is.
I can probably get rid of this honorable mentions banner now. Wow, Tim with a commanding 3-1 lead. Bob needs to salvage this card. Last question on the card. Oh, this man. Luckily, Tim didn't get this because he would have got it right away. What actor played the Chief Jawa?
Really? I don't know. Nobody knows that. Tim doesn't know that.
Maybe does he?
Is it Billy Barty?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
Willow?
No,
It is Jack Purvis.
You know.
Hey, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hey,
Okay.
I did get the actor that played Boba Fett last time.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Even I knew that one. Just kidding. All right. So now back to Tim with his
Where the points are worth double and they don't mean anything.
Yeah, technically I guess we're at 3-1. All right. This is not a special one. There's nothing on the back here. So
okay, so it's
not
not
a themed
Tatooine
card. It's not a themed card. Ooh, I got a themed card back here though. What Rebel snowspeeder pilot had the call sign Rogue 2?
Hold on. One more time.
What rebel snowspeeder pilot had the call sign Rogue 2?
Oh, Bob is dancing. I'm gonna just say Biggs Darklighter.
No.
Is it Wedge?
No.
Oh,
what?
okay.
It's not? I thought it was Wedge for sure.
Bob?
That's where I was going.
Bob was gonna say Wedge because it's Biggs and Wedge.
No.
They're the only two that live.
Correct answers.
Newt Gunray. Just kidding.
Even though it looks like it's the future. Zev?
No. When to guess that?
Nope.
Come on, guys. Even I knew that one. Just kidding.
Evan. Whoops. No, that's the wrong.
I'll pretend to know the hard ones. Zev. Z-E-V.
Yeah. Is he the one that died?
Well, Evan got it, but I don't know if he heard me say it. I know we're on a delay. But that is the correct answer, Evan.
Well done.
Okay. Losing track.
You're always a winner in my book, Evan.
It is Bob's turn.
My turn.
All right.
Because I guessed Biggs.
Who reactivated the hyperdrive on the Falcon during its escape from Cloud City?
R2-D2.
Correct. Well, 3-2. All right, Tim. What was Han Solo's? Yep, we got a bunch of correct R2 answers in the chat. What was Han Solo's first line in The Empire Strikes Back?
Ooh. It's got to be something about like saying goodbye to Princess Leia.
No. I think I know what it is.
Okay, go for it, Bob.
What do you mean he hasn't checked in?
No.
Damn.
Justin. We were talking about you, Justin. Third streamer, but it's the green guy that spoke backwards. Okay, so do you think I was gonna let you take all the glory? That's what Evan's guess is.
That's why I have the cards, guys. I don't know Star Wars trivia very well. No, the answer is loud and clear, kid.
Okay.
All right.
Back to Bob.
Who started this card. Yep.
Yep.
What, according to Han, was the destination of the stolen Imperial shuttle? What, according to Han, was the destination of the stolen Imperial shuttle?
Wow. Man, I don't know. Maybe Coruscant? I don't know.
No. This one's tough.
I don't really
Mandel?
know this at all. No. I'm also not seeing any correct answers in the chat so far.
Man, this is a good card. This is a
one's
hard one.
ridiculous. Yeah.
What was it?
The answer is the forest moon.
Oh, Endor. Fudge.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah. There we go.
Which makes sense why they stole it.
Evan did get it, Endor.
Yeah, but after he said Yavin. So
right. Yeah.
And after you said forest moon.
Well, again, I can tell we're on a delay of like probably about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
20 maybe.
That way we can get out all the horrible things that
yeah, exactly. We're dubbing out all the Bob's OnlyFans material. All right. So
you can see that.
Hey, I forget where we're at again. Tim?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What creature is the typical meal for a wampa? I've heard of these.
Creature.
What creature is the typical meal?
Oh, is it a tauntaun?
Wampa? Correct.
Yes.
Oh, is that 4-2 now?
Mm-hmm.
Bob, who went full throttle during his Death Star trench run to keep the TIE fighters at bay?
Luke?
Yeah, I was going to say, even I knew that one. Okay. End of that card.
All right, one last card, and then yeah, bedtime for me.
I will give you guys a choice. Would you
too,
like
Andrew.
General? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Seriously, big gulps, huh? Would you? Are they yours? Both of them. Would you prefer general questions or a Lando card?
I'll let Bob pick since he's losing.
Let's do general questions. Like I like Lando, but I don't know a lot of his specifics.
Lando goes back for next time.
All right, you scoundrel.
Who's first? I've already forgot.
I think it's my turn now.
All right, Tim. Who warned? If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Correct. Bob, whose blaster gets hacked in half on one of Jabba's skiffs?
Boba Fett.
I was gonna say, Bob, you better get that
right. That was my guess too.
You better get that right.
Tim, how many single clawed digits does the Rancor boast on each of its hands?
3.
It's like this.
That was my guess. That is
it 4?
Correct. It's 4. It's 4.
I was thinking of the Rancor toy I had as a kid, and I thought I had 3, but it must have had 4.
I might mispronounce this.
Wayne got it.
What planet's languages include bocce? Spelled B-O-C-C-E, which is how bocce ball is.
Yeah, it's bocce.
Bocce. All right. You never know. What planet's languages include bocce?
Tatooine.
Correct. Tim.
Yeah, they only speak bocce.
What did the creature in the Death Star's trash compactor realize, prompting it to abruptly release Luke?
Oh, that they turned it on.
The walls were closing in.
Yeah, because they turned on the trash compactor. That's what happens when you turn it on. It compacts.
Well,
that it had been activated. I don't know.
The answer on the back of this card specifically says the walls were about to close. Bob for the steal. Does that make it 5-5?
No. It's 5-4.
I don't remember.
Also,
right, Bob.
I was right.
Bob for the tie then. Bob for
okay.
the tie.
Okay.
Who paid the price for his lack of vision, according to the emperor?
Ooh.
Who paid the price for his lack of vision, according to the emperor?
Luke?
Correct.
Oh. Nicely done. How many are left on this card?
That was the end of the card.
We're just gonna have to go to bed tied.
What's the tiebreaker? Whoever's wearing the most Star Warsy shirt. Oh wait, Tim's got one on too though. So it's a tie. I guess it ends in a tie.
All right, let's
How
do
dare
this.
you invoke the Star Wars tiebreaker?
I drew a new card.
Uh-oh.
First to answer, tiebreaker.
Wait, raise your hand. Don't just shout it out. Raise your hand and then Mike will call on you.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. So I'll read the card from here so I can visually quasi see hands. Who first discovered that the door of the trash compactor was magnetically sealed? Who first discovered that the door of the trash compactor, Bob, was magnetically sealed?
Luke.
Correct. Bob
No.
wins the tiebreaker.
This is bullshit. Bob shouldn't have got the first trash compactor question right because I had it.
That was a steal. The card specifically said what Bob said. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good game.
Yay.
Good game.
Well done.
Well, we have yet another very successful live stream. Really good turnout tonight. Thank you, everybody. The comments were amazing.
Yes.
The
You guys
fan
were
interaction
awesome.
was the best. And yeah, thank you, Nix. Wrong on the card.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Also, just a reminder that next week we've got Ammon Anderson, the designer of Gnome Hollow, on the show next week. That game is releasing at Gen Con. Very talented guy, very funny. Definitely tune in for that.
Excited. Very excited.
It's gonna be a party.
Fun.
It's gonna be a party.
Mr. Clean. Yes, thank you for the reminder.
Bring it back. Bring it back. It's so good. It's so good. Man, I am seeing the Discord blow up. When I get off my phone, I'm going to have to look at the all the comments in the Discord. So if you're not there, get there, get on the Discord, hang out with us, visit with us. You might even get invites to Board Game Arena games. But yeah, you guys rock. We're grateful for you. Hope to see you at Gen Con in a few weeks. Nick's really glad you were able to be here tonight, man. It's good to see you back for like the majority of the show.
Right.
And thank you to all of the awesome regulars. I love that Donnie just like pops up just to like wreck people and then dives back down. But yeah, man, as always, gentlemen, it's a blast. You guys make my week.
Always a good time.
Week. It's really
I'm so glad I'm able to participate in this like full time now.
Me too.
For sure.
But anyways, anybody else, anything before we sign off and say goodnight?
I'll start making some moves soon, guys.
Yeah. You probably got some heat turns you need to take.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, you got 2 heat turns.
Anyways, you guys rock. Thank you so much for the board game rundown. I've been Tim.
I've been Bob.
Yeah.
I was Mike.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Up. Thanks for watching.
Timu, Mr. Clean.
Thumbs.
We'll see you guys.
Good
next
job,
time.
Stonemeyer. A 7.3 repeating. Heating.